All right, everybody. Hopefully, we're broadcasting live now to Flash Fried. Which you guys, I know, like Scotty will be along in a moment. I had to beat the shit out of him, and he's cleaning himself up. You know,
bad timing on
why
that.
I had to kick his ass.
Can you kick his ass after the show next time?
Look, when you got to kick an ass, you got to kick a fucking ass, Paul.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. That's the only answer I would have accepted.
You know, especially, I know you don't have brothers, Paul, but you got sisters, so you kind of understand. You might not understand the brother thing, but you understand the sibling thing. There comes a point with your siblings.
They kicked my ass, but yeah, I've been on the other end of that, you know what I mean? So
yeah, I mean, you just know there's a point where, you got to kick an ass or you got to take an ass beating. Now, of course, I never took an ass beating from Scotty because he's, scrawny little weak bitch, but, what you going to do?
What are you going to do? What can you do?
Nothing. Can't do shit. Can't do shit.
We can do Flash Fried.
Yeah.
That is something that we can do. Is that true?
Yeah,
is Scotty buying you all the McRibs right now?
Yeah, that's why I was beating his ass. I was like, you better get to that McDonald's and buy those fucking McRibs, dude. Tired of this shit.
I don't know what tea this is that I have today, but it's very tangy and I like it. You ever had a tangy tea?
No, I don't think so.
This one's got like a tang to it. Almost citrusy.
So I wanted to see if you I want to tell you about this new rapper, Beauregard.
Oh yeah.
This guy?
I've heard of this idiot. Yeah.
Yeah, he's all right.
Just busted onto the scene. You know what I mean?
What do you think? We'll play a little maybe snippet of it here.
It's very low, TJ. You might want to turn up your...
Yeah, it is a little low, huh?
Yeah,
Let me fix that.
Once you pause that,
I'm gonna fix that up for you.
Crank up your, you know what I mean? And maybe it's just me too. Let me double check my shit.
It's not. It's my fucking shit here.
Well, it might be my shit too, to be honest.
Well, on my end it's good, but does that sound better?
Yeah, it sounds better. My Discord's turned down a little low. I could go up a little bit.
Raise it on up. This is the time to get this shit worked out.
All right, yeah.
All right.
One time with Marshall. Let's go. I don't know any way to go but hard. I don't know how to pay my credit card. You just a guppy, I'm that big shark. I'm with the French, call me Beauregard.
I don't care if you can see my Discord. What kind of secrets do I have in my Discord? People are screaming because I had to like minimize the screen to change a setting or something. They're like, Paul, we can see your Discord. I don't care.
Paul, you can see your Discord, Paul. We know all your secrets, Paul. We see it all. We know
a Discord filled with dirty, filthy secrets. You know what I mean? I just have a Discord.
This Beauregard, faggot ass name, but rap's all right.
Well, okay, number one, you just use the F slur. Number two,
that's true. Apologize. Sorry.
I mean, yeah, the guy is a dope rapper. I'm not gonna lie. Marshall Manson on the beat though, probably did 90% of the work, I would guess.
Keep my shit up in a jar just like a Marlon Wayans.
Wasn't it Damon Wayans who kept his shit up in a jar?
Yeah, but it was Marlon who wrote that sketch.
Oh.
You brought the cash cause I ain't never paying. Got me bouncing cause the beat went fucking Super Saiyan. Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought some people might want to know that this rapper's out there, this Beauregard.
Yeah, go check out Marshall.
He just launched his own Twitter and stuff too. You can check that out.
He's got his own Twitter and everything. The whole nine.
It's crazy. The whole nine yards.
Yeah,
I mean, the whole 9 yards. A song and a Twitter. I mean,
a song and a Twitter. That's a lot of. That's all you need.
All
to be
9 of those yards.
Days.
That's all 9 of them right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was a DBZ reference in there, Master Roshi, and I'm glad you're the one that caught it.
Yeah, because Master Roshi. I mean,
of course he's going to be the one. He's going to be the one.
Definitely want to be the fucking one to be like, oh yeah.
What the fuck is even going on anymore? I had an existential crisis last night.
Cool. I like those.
Where I was just like, what do I do for a living? And my brain just came up with like 9 million answers and no answers all at once, and I fucking. I fell into a deep introspective depression that led to a sleep.
And then you woke up and it's time to work. or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, I don't get that as much anymore. Every once in a while, it'll still hit me like, the fuck? What the fuck do I do for a living? But usually it's when something really weird's happening.
Yeah. Well, I did just move.
Yeah.
I didn't take any mushrooms or anything, though. If that's what you're referring to.
What the fuck is this? Okay, so this like I guess this news site like tracks through stories.
Huh?
Like
what?
Like if you leave it just on it, just starts scrolling to another story because I like open it up. I'm like, I didn't pull this shit, but this is great. This story is great though. Anti-gay Hungarian politician Joseph Zahar or Zajar, I don't know, Jay's work in Hungarian, resigns after being caught attending 25-man orgy in breach of COVID-19 rules.
Isn't there a Batman villain, like a serial killer named Cesar or whatever? Or like a Batman villain?
There could very well be. I would not.
Like a denizen of fucking, like Arkham Asylum. What's his fucking name? Victor Saz. That's right. Yeah.
There you go.
Victor Saz. How do I know
You're
more
thinking
about
of
DC than you do? I don't even like DC.
I don't know.
Anyway, what did he do? He had a 25-man orgy, broke his own COVID rules.
And well, not only did he break his COVID rules, but he's apparently an anti-gay politician. But meanwhile, he's like,
when are people gonna stop being shocked by these revelations? Like these 90% of these anti-gay politicians are sucking as much dick as they can get their lips around. We've known this for a long time.
I was just surprised by the sheer amount of men he was with at that time.
That is a big ass orgy, but he is a politician in Hungary. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's hungry for that dick. An anti-gay member of the European Parliament has resigned from his position after he was caught fleeing from what was described as a 25-man orgy in Brussels, Belgium.
He flew?
Yeah, he fled. Yeah. He fled to the fucking scene. He was like, ah! He ran off.
What the fuck?
Pulled the dick right out of his ass. He's like, oh, shit. Joseph Sahar, I'm going to go with that pronunciation, an MEP, member of European Parliament from Hungary's ruling Fidesz party, quit on Sunday after he was caught breaching Belgium's strict lockdown rules to attend the gathering.
The gathering?
On Saturday, police found 25 naked men at the gathering, including Sahar and two diplomats from the EU. Belgian newspaper La Dernière Heure reported. Fucking European stories and their stupid pronunciations. Local media described the gathering as an orgy. I mean, I think that's a pretty fair description. 25 naked dudes writhing around in a fucking puddle. That's an orgy.
Yeah.
The number in attendance breaches the country's COVID-19 restrictions, which ban gatherings of more than 4 people. Limit your orgies to 4, everybody. I know it's tough.
I mean, for this guy, though, clearly his appetites exceed just 4 dudes at a time.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like,
well, you got to rotate 3 dudes in. Three dudes come in, fuck all your holes, leave. 3 dudes, more dudes come in,
Wouldn't that defeat the purpose too, though? Because all those dudes like have to be in a waiting room together, right? Like, how are you gonna spread out all these dudes? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you might have to have like tiered waiting rooms. It gets expensive after a while.
I mean, he is a Hungarian politician, though. You got to figure he can afford it.
The politician was caught climbing out the first floor window and spotted fleeing along the gutter, the public prosecutor's office said. In a statement,
Sahar said hustle. He wasn't going to get taken out. He wasn't going to get caught, at the gay orgy house.
He should have just brought a GIMP mask. Then no one would have been able to identify him. Just, oh, shit.
Well, they would have arrested everybody and then made him remove the GIMP mask, and then it would have been even worse. Then he would have been caught at a gay orgy with a GIMP mask on, which is like...
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You know what I mean?
A newspaper article appeared in the Belgian press today about a house party in Brussels on Friday, which I attended. This is him writing about his fucking thing. After the police asked for my identity, since I did not have ID on me, I declared that I was an MEP. I deeply regret violating the COVID restrictions. It was irresponsible on my part. I am ready to stand for the fine that occurs. Yeah, I don't think that's I don't think that should be your top fucking concern at the moment. Sahar, a long-serving member of Prime Minister Viktor Orban's party, helped draft the country's anti-gay constitution. The amendment effectively banned gay couples, single people, and unmarried straight couples from adopting children. Following Sahar's resignation, Hungary's ruling Fidesz party wrote in a statement that he had made the right decision when he resigned. He made the right decision. We acknowledge his decision, just as we acknowledge that he has apologized to his family, his political community, and to the voters. Good for them.
sorry, I took 25 dicks in the ass. My bad. Yeah.
Oopsie.
You know, I can't remember his name ever, but who was the anti-gay politician that got caught tippy-tapping his foot under the stall?
Oh, what was that guy's name?
And then he had that weird press conference where, like, his wife was
and then
there with him.
There's been so many fucking outed gay Republicans.
He's the one I remember the most.
Larry Craig? Was that the one?
Oh, yeah. Larry Craig. Yeah. That was him. Larry Craig. Yeah. Tippy tapping.
And then, like, they found that weird video of him, like, years earlier, like, when he was, like, attacking Bill Clinton, and he was all like, you know, Bill Clinton was a naughty little boy. He's going to need a spanking.
Oh, Larry
like,
Craig.
ugh. Larry Craig, come on.
Yeah.
This might be it, actually.
Chris Mapp talking about the book on
bring about a censure resolution, and it's a slap on the wrist. It's a bad boy, Bill Clinton. You're a naughty boy.
Well, it's not like he didn't tell him already. You know what I mean? It's not like he didn't tell him.
Tell him.
That's basically coming out on live TV right there, you know?
Yeah, it's a naughty boy.
The American people already know that Bill Clinton is a bad boy, a naughty boy. I'm going to speak out for the citizens of my state who, in the majority, think that Bill Clinton is probably even a nasty, bad, naughty boy.
All right. Well, you know what I mean? What's he got to do? Show up on the fucking floor of Congress in assless chaps or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just start taking off his suit. I'm a sweet transvestite. You know, it's like, what the fuck? Like, how fucking obvious it's got to be?
In the Navy, just start stripping, and he's got nipple tassels on.
Seven seas. Yeah, they're just spinning around. Ooh.
Oh shit, man. These fucking poor bastards. You can't really feel bad for them because it's like, why would you seek power and then seek to oppress the people that you are? You know what I mean? It's one thing to be like closeted and anti-gay in your personal life, to be like kind of like trying to cover for it, but like, why do you have to take that to the halls of power?
Yeah, I think it's just like way overcompensating at that point.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I hate gays so much, I passed legislation against them. And that night, it's like, oh yeah, oh. Like, come on.
Oh my God.
And
dude, I remember seeing.
Come on now.
Oh, who was that? There was a big pastor too, Ted Haggard. Remember Ted Haggard?
Oh yeah, Ted Haggard, man. All that preaching and proselytizing against gays. Then he was like getting butt fucked and doing meth in a fucking hotel room and shit. Love it.
Damn.
Not just fucking. I mean, like, so it's one thing. Like when these guys, like, I don't know. Maybe this is like, this is an outmoded way of thinking, but like, when I heard Ted Haggard was gay, I thought like, well, he was probably like the top though, right? He's like, nope, he was the bottom. It's like, okay, so he's like getting fucked in the ass and he's doing meth in a hotel room? Okay. Cool.
Hey, man, the devil tempts those who, work hardest against him. You know what I mean, TJ? That's what happens, you know? Ted Haggard was a warrior for God, and the devil threw temptations at him that would it would gag a maggot, TJ, if you knew.
That was pretty much his excuse. He's like, listen, the devil. The devil,
yeah.
He done tempted me. Apparently, the latest update with Larry Craig is in 2014. A federal judge ruled that Craig had to pay a hefty $242,000 fine for misuse of campaign funds. So that's the last time he was on the radar, huh? Oh, Scotty, where's my McRibs? You got my McRibs? Oh, you're getting your ass beat again, Scotty. I don't know what the fuck.
Dude, I'm sorry, bro. I fucking hate.
All right. Well, that was the brief Scotty appearance we have scheduled for today.
There goes Scotty.
There he was.
That was quick. That was brief. Oh, here he's back. He's back.
Brief appearance by Scotty.
What are you doing, Discord? Discord decided to fucking update and restart. I don't know why.
Dude, you just got forced.
Restart. You're gone, Scotty. You're gone.
You just got force fucked by Discord.
We were just talking about how wonderful all these. So we were just talking about a politician in Hungary that it was an anti-gay politician who got caught in a 25-man orgy.
Oh, I was hoping you were gonna pull that.
Yeah. Yeah, he was hoping that someone was going to pull that too.
Yeah, I'm sure he was.
I'm sure several people were pulling that before the cops busted it up.
And then we fucking pulled. Then we started reminiscing about Larry Craig, and I played that old clip of Larry Craig. I'm just gonna play it again because it's fucking. I can't even believe how far it goes with this shit.
There's some foot tapping.
The Senate certainly can bring about
This is the guy that tapped his foot in the airport restroom because like apparently that's like gay dudes fucking the airport restroom.
I guess.
Yeah, I think it's in DC, and like if you're in a men's bathroom, you stick your foot and you tap your foot like that. It's like I am available as fuck.
Yeah, I mean I don't know these gays banning their secret codes. Who can follow it all?
Who knew?
And it's a slap on the wrist. It's a bad boy, Bill Clinton. You're a naughty boy. The American people already know that Bill Clinton is a bad boy, a naughty boy. I'm going to speak out for the citizens of my state who, in the majority, think that Bill Clinton is probably even a nasty, bad, naughty boy.
The fucking
dude,
reaction.
No, sometimes he's like a Stanley Kubrick-esque character. He's a nasty, naughty little boy.
I want to fucking play Chris Matthews' reaction to that shit in fucking slow-mo here. Here. Please. All right, hold on. I love the slow widening of the eyes. He's like,
poor Chris Matthews, dude. He had a nunt going.
Yeah, he still probably does.
The nuts only got bigger, dude.
Fucking Bill Maher.
Yeah, Maher shitty.
The ghost of Bill Maher comes fucking roaring out of the background.
Rattling his chains. Ooh, I used to be halfway tolerable. Ooh.
There's another dude, like shockingly enough, that's been pretending he's straight for a long fucking time and won't quit it.
Admit you suck that dick, Bill.
Dude,
Bill Maher.
Do you think Bill's gay?
I think Bill Maher is a 100% locked down flyboy. 100%. 100%, dude. He's always.
Have you got personal experience? Personal experience with Maher?
I'm not gonna. You know what? I don't kiss and tell, Scotty, and I definitely don't suck
right,
fucking jerk and tell. You know, so
fair enough, Paul. But seems like if you're that certain, there's got to be a reason.
Margaret Thatcher statue. More than 1,000 vow to attend egg throwing contest at unveiling amid backlash.
All right, so we didn't learn this from the Romans apparently, but this is why you don't make statues to your politicians, okay? Because they just become avatars for abuse for all the people that hated that politician and eventually get defaced. Like I give it like a month before there's the face is chiseled off of this motherfucker. And it's got like big fake balloon titties every day. You know what I mean?
They're apparently going to put it up on a giant, super huge column to try to like prevent people from being able to actually get to it.
No. People
are going to scale that shit super easy.
Guys, look at that.
People are going to use drones. They'll use those big drones to drop buckets of fucking red paint on it and shit. They're not going to fucking protect this piece of shit.
Yeah, they're going to throw some milkshakes at it, dude. They're going to do everything to this.
This is a 300,000 euro statue, I guess.
I mean, it's
pound.
It's way better than the Ruth Bader Ginsburg statue.
Oh yeah, that was hideous. I don't even know what the
you
fuck
remember the RBG statue?
Oh, no.
They need to get the same person that did this statue to do the RBG statue because you know, they like
it is at least a better statue.
It's a way more flattering fucking Margaret Thatcher right there.
It is. Yeah. I'll
A
give it that.
backlash over the council's plan to underwrite 100,000 pounds of funding of the unveiling of a Margaret Thatcher statue has prompted more than 1,000 people to promise they will turn up at an egg throwing contest on the same day. Members of Kesteven district. By the way, fuck you. I know I'm not saying you're Kesteven. It's probably like Crestevon or some bullshit.
TJ, yeah, you're fucking it up.
I don't give a fuck. District Council Cabinet
TJ
will be asked on Tuesday to approve the spend for an event to unveil the monument to the late former prime minister in Gratham Town Center. The 300,000 pound bronze statue created by sculptor Douglas Jennings will be placed on a 10-foot high plinth to avoid vandalism, making the entire structure over 20 feet tall. Yeah.
Dude, how weak are throwing arms in fucking Great Britain, for fuck's sake, bro?
No.
If only that thing wasn't 10 feet up, I could reach it with a rotten tomato, I could. Goddamn, I was weak throwing arms here in Great Britain.
They don't get enough vitamin D.
Yeah, it's because they play soccer. All they use is their legs. You know what I mean? Their arms are weak, little like Tyrannosaurus Rex arms. All they use them for is to shovel fish and chips into their disgusting fucking rotten mouths. You know what I mean?
Limey cocksuckers. Twitter user Sammy said wasting 100,000 K on a future rubble pile in the middle of a pandemic, which is being used as a justification to completely wipe out public spending. Yep.
Dude, how would you deface the Margaret Thatcher statue if you had to do it quick? You know what I mean? You don't have your way with it, but you got to like chuck one thing at it. What would you chuck at Margaret Thatcher's statue?
I'm not able to like.
Yeah, I don't want to hear your whole elaborate plan for how you're going to kidnap it and like, you know what I mean, turn it into a fuck doll or whatever. Like, no, you have to run by real quick and go, fuck you, Margaret Thatcher, you fucking old cow, you ruined the country. That's how much time you've got, and then you got to chuck a thing and run, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I would say like something
what would
that
you
would
choose?
like, I don't know, probably like some kind of like paint-filled water balloon or something.
Paint?
Yeah. Something that's going to like, you know, permanently, because like you throw egg or like some kind of rotten fruit or something, like that's pretty easy to just like pressure wash off. I think you need something that's really going to stain that motherfucker.
Dude, I would throw.
Or like if you could find some kind of like
statue.
acid that would dissolve it, maybe. Yeah.
Dude, I would
If I wouldn't dissolve the statue, but it would fuck it up.
I would mix up some liquidy shit with some fucking like super glue and some real heavy ink.
Yeah.
And put that in a balloon and then use one of them wrist rockets to make sure I fucking nailed her. Just like, plow, right in the face. So it just, and then I'd run.
Dude, people around that statue would get some of Paul's shit though. So I'd stand way back if Paul does that.
I mean,
how
they're
long-
Brits though.
How long is this statue
well.
going to last before being totally and utterly defaced to the point of uselessness? Like, how long until this thing is just like rubble?
Unless they
How
plan
long
on
will
making
the
it a
statue
big,
last?
unless they plan on putting a big police presence around it on the day they unveil it, I'd say the night after the big ceremony, like the next morning, people will wake up to it defaced in some way. It's on a 10-foot plinth. Somebody's gonna jump up on that and draw a mustache on her the first night.
The first night.
I give it less than 24 hours before this is defaced, unless they decide they're going to put a heavy police presence around it forever and guard it or some shit, which is stupid.
In which case, they're just wasting even more money.
Yeah, wow. Really? Guard a stupid ass statue?
I don't think they're going to do it, so I'm saying it lasts fucking like about 12 hours before it has some shit all over it.
I think it'll be longer than that. I'm thinking like 2 days. 2 days, man.
It'll last about as long as the police guard is there. As soon as it's no longer guarded, someone's gonna fuck it up.
Yep.
It'd be like if they were unveiling a Trump statue here in America. You know what I mean? Like the motherfuckers, it's fucked. I mean, doesn't matter where you put it, it's gonna get fucked somehow. Someone's gonna fuck with it. Japan enacts law to make coronavirus vaccines free to residents.
I mean, once again, did you pull this to make me feel bad about being a fucking American citizen?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Well,
TJ.
not just you, but everybody.
But everybody.
You know,
but
all of us. Yeah.
Right.
This is madness, guys.
I just wanted to show people
are
like
they
what's
thinking?
happening in like a reasonable country, so they can kind of like compare and contrast.
No, guys. Since with Operation Warp Speed, because the federal government funded the vaccine, it should be free, right? I'm pretty sure it's going to be free, right?
Sure.
They're not going to make any money, right?
Japan has
They never
agreed
have.
with U.S. pharmaceutical giant Pfizer Inc., American firm Moderna Inc., and Britain's AstraZeneca PLC to receive sufficient vaccines for 145 million people when they are successfully developed, earmarking our budget of 671.4 billion yen, or $6.4 billion, for that purpose. In the accelerating global race to develop vaccines to tackle the pandemic, Pfizer and its German development, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, I mean, like, here's a country where they're like, they found out there's a vaccine. They went to all these companies that have developed the vaccine, and they're like, hey, yeah, once the vaccine's ready, here's money that's earmarked for that. And they're like, okay, cool. You know, but these same companies, some of which are our companies, we ain't gonna be getting that shit for free.
Well, I don't know. That we might like it. It depends. It really does depend.
Even if we do get it for free, it's gonna be after some. There's gonna be like debate and shit. I bet.
Sure.
I don't know how much debate there was in Japan, but maybe there was some.
I don't think we'll be able to get it for free initially, but I think eventually it'll be free. They'll do like clinics or whatever, and that'll be that.
Yeah, it doesn't say what the vote came down to. Like if it was like, I don't know how many people are in the.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. They passed something that's progressive during the middle of a fucking pandemic, and it's shocking to me.
It says here.
Oh, well, you probably pulled a fucking story about it. I was just, never mind. I was going to allude to another thing that's going on in the news, but TJ probably has a story about it.
Oh, okay. So it says in the United States, the government will cover the cost of the vaccines, at least initially. So in the beginning, they are going to pay for people to get vaccinated.
That means until the rich people have gotten it, and the CEOs and all of the members of the government and their family and extended family and friends have gotten it, then they're going to start charging for it. Initially, it'll be free.
Good stuff. Humans waging suicidal war on nature. UN chief Antonio Guterres says, apparently.
Duh.
Duh. Our planet is broken, the Secretary General of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, has warned. Humanity is waging what he has described as a suicidal war on the natural world. Nature always strikes back and is doing so with gathering force and fury, he told a BBC special event on the environment. Mr. Guterres wants to put tackling climate change at the heart of the UN's global mission. In a speech entitled State of the Planet, he announced that its central objective next year will be to build a global coalition around the need to reduce emissions to net zero.
So
net zero.
Listen to the timetable on this shit. Its goal for next year, for 2021, is going to be building a coalition.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully by next year, that coalition will be built, and then we can start addressing this shit.
Well, they want to get it down to, and then 2050 is their goal.
Oh,
too.
Yeah.
Mr. Gutierrez said
zero by
every
2050.
Country, city, financial institution, and company should adopt plans for a transition to net zero emissions by 2050. In his view, they will also need to take decisive action now to put themselves on the path towards achieving this vision.
What loaded language, dude? Should, not must, should adopt plans for a transition to. Paul, you've just called it. Looking at the language.
We're getting ready. We're getting ready to do it.
What's the title of this article?
The title of this article is Humans Waging Suicidal War on Nature.
Click
and then this guy gives a blustery speech full of like that's all it is. It's bluster, dude. It's not
That
real.
is true. Human beings are waging a suicidal war on nature and the very planet that we live on and the ecosystems that support that nature. We're killing off our very fucking own lifeboat in the midst of the Black Ocean.
Yeah, but that's the attention-grabbing headline. What he actually says has nothing to do with that. If he actually believes that, then what he's saying is just nothing. It's middling.
Look at this shit right here. Here's his demands.
Here's what he wants to do. Here's his demands here. Put a price on carbon.
Okay.
Phase out fossil fuel finance to end fossil fuel subsidies.
Not end fossil fuels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shift the tax burden
subsidies.
from income to carbon and from taxpayers to polluters. Integrate the goal of carbon neutrality, a similar concept to net zero, into all economic and fiscal policies and decisions. These sound like things that we could have, that we should have done
years
like
ago.
30, 40 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it would have made a difference. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
This is a bullet on, dude. Even if we did all of these things in the last one, I love the nebulous last one. Go ahead and read them that one.
Help those around the world who are already facing the dire impacts of climate change.
How?
Yeah.
Who?
Help them solve.
Which groups? With how much money? With what? You know what I mean? This is just bullshit. It's all just fucking lip service. Look, dude. We're going to tap dance our way to a burning, flaming fucking grave on this planet. That's just the way it is. This fucking headline is really the only thing that you need to know out of this whole thing, because even if he gets 1 or 2 concessions out of the UN to make a resolution to maybe do this.
So this is this right here is like a half measure at best.
It's less than a half measure.
By the time it's negotiated down, it'll be like a 1/20th measure, some shit. So
Yeah, that sounds more right.
You know, but like, even if you, I don't know.
I didn't even know what to say. I've been spending a lot of time, you know, fucking civilization bashing, doing my old school fucking anarcho primitivist shit. And I don't know. I'm just angry. I'm just angry at myself because I don't want to exempt myself from humanity. I'm not trying to act like I'm aloof or I'm doing some fucking extra planet-saving shit that other people ain't doing. I'm just angry at us as a species, myself included, for dragging our feet on this shit, because it really does. It costs beauty and diversity in nature that is central to keeping this planet working properly. And we're all just rushing headlong into it because we're all too fucking lazy to really do it. And don't hit me up in the chat with, well, why don't you just go live out in the woods then? I have no choice, okay? I'm not allowed. If I go live out in the woods, a park ranger will find me and come kick me off the land, and I'll be forced to come back and fucking drink from plastic bottles and shit as a homeless guy. So
not only that, but like amidst the level of fucking biosphere, like ecosystem collapse going on right now, like hiding out in the woods is not going to be like, oh well, I'm shielded from the effects. Like,
I mean, I technically am hiding out in the woods, but I'm still doing all the things that everybody else is doing to destroy the fucking planet. Maybe not at the rate that other people are doing it, but I'm still just as culpable as your average fucking single dude, you know, on his own.
I mean, everyone's guilty when it comes to this shit.
There's no way not to be.
Yourself, yeah, if you exempt yourself, you're full of shit. Like, no, but not me. You know, like, I was actually funny. I was talking to Steve earlier today, and he's like, man, these big city liberals, they'll fucking talk about all this shit. Of course, you know, Steve's conservative. He's like, but they're driving these big ass fancy cars, having these huge houses, these huge swimming pools, all that shit. Like, that's destroying the planet too. And I'm like, yeah, I said, that's true. I said that if anyone's like, if there's always one thing you could say about the developed world that's equal, is that maybe some countries are trying a little bit better. They're recycling more and stuff, but overall, like, we're all destroying this fucking planet. Maybe some less than others. Maybe there's a few people out there that aren't. They're helping, but for the most part,
a lot of those, a lot of those countries that are doing better or whatever, they have better initiatives, are benefiting from the countries that aren't, via trade and via goods and stuff. Yeah, that like Sweden might be better at recycling plastic, but they're still using it.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, they're still consumers of it.
Yeah.
Right. And
palm oil, dude. They're cutting down all these rainforests. Yeah, and it's like,
I just remember
like every fucking first world country on the face of the fucking planet is benefiting from monoculture that's absolutely ruining forested and rainforested lands.
The only thing I remember, I mean, it's not the only thing I remember, but it's an example that always comes up in my mind because it just shows me like how little people really give a shit. Like 15 years ago or so, something like that, Sun Chips introduced this new bag that was like biodegradable and all this stuff, and you know, it was like way better for the environment and all this, and you know, probably still like had problems and shit, but I mean, it was better than the shit they already make the bags out of. But anyway, so it's like, yeah, this new environmentally more friendly bag and stuff, and people are like, yeah, cool, and then it's like, oh, this bag, it crinkles too loud, that's annoying.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, okay, we'll bring back the old bag. Sorry about that.
And that was it.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, that's it. The bag was too loud. The bag was too loud. It's just like, what? So like, we're literally like people are not even like the level of like people are like, yeah, we care about the environment, but like when it comes to like even the smallest imposition, like this bag crinkles too loud. It's just like, fuck the environment.
None of us care about the environment, and you can tell me if you agree with this. Derek Jensen says it's not that I participate, because this is his response to the "you critique society, but yet you live in it" crowd, right? He says it's not that I participate in the things that are destroying the planet that you should criticize me for. It's that I'm not out there blowing up the fucking dams. And I could criticize you for the same thing, so shut the fuck up, basically. And that's basically where I'm at too. It's like, if you're going to criticize me for something, criticize me for not taking drastic action at a time when the planet is clearly dying under our feet. And we know what's causing it. We know, or at least exacerbating it at this point. The toxic shit we're dumping, the clear cuts, the fucking dams on the rivers that have destroyed entire fucking ecosystems. It's written all over the place.
It's the idea that consumerism can somehow be the solution. You see why it's not. The example you gave is perfect for that. If something is more inconvenient, people that want things now, right this fucking second, and they don't want, the bag is annoying. If that means that a company is not going to sell as many sun chips, they don't give a fuck what happens to the environment. And see, consumerism is not the answer. It's not.
We're sorry, engaging in that type of shit at a time when people are about to face like there not being food at the grocery store and shit, right? And so it's like,
yes,
that's right around the fucking corner, and we're acting like we're partying like it's 1999 up in here. And nobody seems to even want to talk about it. Like we're all so concerned about everything but the environment. You know what I mean? And even the people that are concerned with the environment, typically their concern begins and ends with Paris Climate Accord nowadays as another 10th measure. If that.
I just don't feel like people. Well, don't you think most people just feel powerless? Is ultimately what it is. They just look at it and go, "What can I really do?"
They are powerless if they keep fucking distracting themselves with shit that doesn't matter while the world burns. They are powerless. If we don't get together, then
the problem is that you basically, to actually fix these things, you need like global cooperation. You need broad systemic change that's like supported by the majority of people in every fucking country. And
how do you get that?
Like that's
I know how to get it.
I've heard some tall orders, but
I know how to get it.
How?
Go ahead.
This overblown military budget that we've got, put that shit to use. Let the eagle soar. Let him soar like he's never soared before. Take over every goddamn motherfucking country, and then what are they going to do? You can't tell me it's impossible. It's not. And the first one to make that goddamn chess move is going to win. They're going to rule the world. We going to let it be China, or are we going to let the eagle soar? Let's use this military surplus that we've got. Let's use this fucking fleet that dominates the world. There's nobody in the world that's got a navy like ours. Am I wrong?
I don't believe there is.
No.
Let the eagle soar. It's time. Take over the world. Implement the fucking sane, rational response to fucking climate change. Prepare for the coming collapse. Preserve life. Move forward with a new vision. That's what we Americans do.
Yeah, take it over. Burn it down so that something new may rise from the ashes.
Well, burn the cities down. And then
CD Projekt assures investors that Cyberpunk 2077 is really actually definitely releasing on December 10th.
And you cannot blame them, dude, because I mean, like the BioShock series is a perfect example. Like they had the last BioShock Infinite came out and fucking sunk the studio. So, I don't blame them for being a little worried.
The CD Projekt Red has pushed this game back, I think 6 times now. It was supposed to have been out, I think, in 2019 when it was first announced.
It says here April 2020.
So yeah, whatever it was way back in the day, and then it was pushed, and then it's been kicked. It's been kicked like 3 times, and the last time they kicked it to December 10th, which is here in just a few days. And now they're pinky promising everybody. Here's some examples of them. Like, here's a dude that, look, hi, before I book the 19th off work tomorrow, can I have full confirmation the game is going to come out that day? No take backsies. And the fucking studio said full confirmation. And then they had to fucking come and respond the next month like, well, fuck.
It was like the next day, looks like.
Yeah. Well, foo.
Yeah, it was the next day. They're just like, oops. Sorry about that.
Dude took the fucking day off work. They just been...
Dude, I saw some people who were so like, I remember the last time it got delayed, because I remember last time it got delayed, I was like, people were fucking losing their goddamn minds on Twitter and shit. Like, this fucking, I'm gonna burn this fucking shit to the ground.
Okay,
fucking.
I can tell you why. I can tell you exactly why people are so hyped for this fucking game.
It does look pretty cool, so.
I mean, but there's a lot of games that look cool. Let's be honest. There's a lot of games with a cyberpunk theme to them. There's a lot of games set with this type of setting. There's a lot, right? The reason people are so stoked for this game is because CD Projekt Red is developing it. They are one of the only studios outside of Bethesda that can still make a competent RPG. They made all the Witcher games. And that's the franchise that really fucking like made their studio. And so this is a totally new non-fantasy setting from CD Projekt Red in a setting that people are it's really hot right now. Cyberpunk type of shit is back in a big way. And this game looks fucking amazing. The amount of customization and different avenues that you can take to solve the same problem and blah, 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 blah. They've really promised a lot with this game. So they've upped the hype meter. They've made a game that's really beloved, or a game series that's really beloved before. So the hype is off the charts for this fucking game. But they're a smaller studio. They don't have the backing of like a Bethesda, which is now, I believe, owned by Electronic Arts, if I'm not mistaken. Microsoft, sorry. I always get it mixed up. But you get my drift, right? They don't have
Corp owns them now. Yeah.
Right. And so it's like they keep promising. And I don't know if I believe or not. I've pre-purchased this game back like months and months ago because I knew I was going to play it.
I'm going to play it, dude. The hype for this game is so big. It's like you kind of like, if you have any interest in games, it's like a game you have to check out. It's like everyone's been talking about.
It's going to be the game of 2020.
It's good or bad.
It's going to be the most talked about game of 2020 probably if they manage to release it in 2020. It'll end up being the biggest game released this year, I would imagine, if it actually drops.
I have to imagine at this point they have to. I mean, like if they don't,
2021, I guess. You know what I mean?
If they push it again, man, I don't know. I mean, that's gonna get like, look, the more people that like the longer you push a game back, the more people are gonna be convinced. Like, is this really gonna be a good game? And I know, and it might be a false perception, but perception makes reality. So at the end of the day, I'm sure a lot of people are still gonna play it, no matter if it's good or bad or when the fuck ever it comes out.
Yeah.
But it's only ultimately the longer it's delayed, the more questions it's going to raise. So
I hope tomorrow they're like February 17th, you guys. Sorry, some last minute
Cyberpunk
fixes and stuff.
See, this is why, like, I personally, I don't like. I would like to play the game, but I don't get fanboy hyped up for games or movies and shit anymore. Like, I allowed myself to get there with Dune, and look what happened to me.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. You guys, but that's a rare departure for me. Like nowadays, I'm like, okay, whenever it comes out, it comes out. I ain't all fucking so
I'm the
hyped.
same way.
Like Cyberpunk will be good when it comes out. I'm willing to wait to fucking January or February or whatever the fuck, or even whatever. Like when it comes out, I'll play it. I own it already. So
you want to play it when it's ready. That's what you're saying. You're like, give me the game when it's fucking ready. And I agree with you, man. Like people ride these companies' asses. Like, wouldn't you rather have a fucking awesome, fun game than a rushed out piece of shit?
Scotty, we're still not going to get that. We're not going to get that with this game. Like every other fucking game is released with bugs now. But you remember back on the fucking Nintendo, there was no patches. Now games are way simpler.
Ship as is.
But I'm just telling you, it is possible to ship a game that is playable out of the box with no game breaking bugs, but people just don't do it anymore. They let you beta test the game. And so it's probably a little stupid of me to even play this on release day. It'd be smart of me to wait about a month to play Cyberpunk, because after that, the first big patch will be out that fix all the fucking bugs. And I won't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you know what? It's fun to find bugs sometimes too.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I feel you.
If it's funny.
But you know what?
If it's funny exploit, or if it's a
If it's
funny
funny.
bug, or if it's a fun exploit, then yeah. But usually it's like your game crashes when you try and talk to this NPC, or if you have this in your inventory and you try to enter this.
That's unforgivable.
That type of shit will happen. Guaranteed. I guarantee it. Almost
Yeah,
fucking
you're
guaranteed.
probably right.
A rushed game is bad forever, but a delayed game can be good.
That's true. And I hope
Says Dylan Ostrowski from the chat.
I really hope
Confucius wisdom.
that CD Projekt Red has spent this extra time that they've had, these extra months, like putting some real spit and polish and quality assurance on this game, so that when it comes out, it plays good, it runs good. You know, it's fun, it's responsive.
They better, because they're betting their fucking company. And people can talk about The Witcher and shit. If this is a big flop for them, if this is like, oh, this is dog shit,
Dude,
that
if
could
this
end
is a
the studio
flop,
right there.
if this is a no. If this is a flop, I guarantee you what'll happen is The Witcher 4 will be announced within like fucking like
Which far?
Yeah.
the
Which
Witcher
far,
4
everybody?
monster
All
apocalypse or whatever. It'll be over, dude.
They might get bought out, dude. It could happen. Either way, you're right. The Witcher's
yeah.
worth a lot, especially having a TV show now. Like, it's worth a lot. The property's worth. So, but
Even if
see what
this
happens
does
with this thing.
well, the likelihood of CD Projekt Red being bought out is pretty fucking high. Like, if this does really well, EA, Microsoft, all these big developers, they're gonna be headhunting. You know what I mean? They're gonna be looking,
knocking on those doors.
Yep, Sega. Hello there, sir. Can we ruin your company?
Right? Yes, of course. Right this way. What would you need?
We've got
money.
$1 billion here for you. And it's like, yep, sure. I don't blame the people that own CD Projekt Red, but it's gonna be a sad day when it happens. And I almost guarantee it happened. Dude, it happened to Bethesda. Bethesda was like, oh yeah, we'd be better off being like a Microsoft subsidiary. You know what I mean?
What was ZeniMax, which is like the parent company that was like that held all those companies, and they were bought. Of course, so Bethesda goes along with them. I mean, I don't know. I guess we're moving on. So whatever.
Bill Barr bashed in right-wing media after election fraud comments. He is either a liar or a fool, or both.
For the Attorney
damn
General
it.
of the
Gotta cover your
United
bets.
States to make that statement,
I don't know why this other stuff.
So wait a minute.
Lou
Lou
Dobbs?
Dobbs has turned on the fucking president now?
No. Lou Dobbs has turned on
He
Barr.
sucks Trump's dick, dude. He loves Trump.
Wait a minute.
Few suck the Trump dick harder than Lou Dobbs.
Wait a minute. What did Barr say that he was?
Barr said there was no evidence. Oh well, here you'll hear it.
for the Attorney General of the United States to make that statement, he is either a liar.
The statement I'll read the statement he made because apparently they cut that. To date, we have not seen fraud on a scale that could have affected a different outcome in the election. That's Bill Barr on.
So that's basically him just saying there's really not like what we have found, if anything, is tiny little shit double ballots.
So like
Bill
basically,
Barr
you don't have nothing. He's basically
the extreme. No, dude. Blue Dobbs attacking Bill Barr is like Bill Barr is the biggest bootlicker you could ever find. Like he believes in like absolute presidential power. That's why fucking Trump appointed him. If you look at his history and the things he's believed and the opinions he's written, that's pretty much how he's always sided. That's why Trump wanted him as Attorney fucking General. So for Lou Dobbs to come and be like, he's really not conservative. He's a liar. It's like this just shows you like how out
let's
of
hear
whack
him out, Scotty.
reality.
Let's hear him out, Scotty. Come on.
United States to make that statement, he is either a liar or a fool or both.
Fox Business host Lou Dobbs lashed out. Blah blah blah.
He may be perhaps compromised. He may be simply unprincipled, or he may be personally distraught or ill. But in no way can he honestly stand up before the American people and say that the FBI has, with any integrity or intensity, investigated voter fraud in this country and then say it did not amount to anything.
Barr had told the Associated Press, to date, we have not seen fraud on a scale that could have affected a different outcome in the election.
I feel like Lou Dobbs is trying to make himself like a Trump clone, dude.
I am the
He's
new
a
Trump.
pastier version. He's a little pastier Trump clone.
So aside from Lou Dobbs, if you went to like the Donald.win the day after that, you saw a lot of, Barr is a fucking. I hope they have my favorite comment was like, I hope they have a rope strong enough to fucking hang that fat fuck.
Jesus.
Yeah.
They're going crazy over there.
Yeah, like anybody who fucking speaks out against the president at this point that used to be on his side, like anybody who was like, I think Trump's lost this one. They're like, treason! Kill him!
Like,
Burning's too good for
They're out
him.
of their minds,
Hanging's too
dude.
good for him.
At what point are people like Lou Dobbs and shit in the media that keep propagating this completely and utterly debunked in the court system fucking allegation that there was widespread voter fraud that led to Joe Biden's win, right? At what point do they are they crossing the line into inciting violence and shit?
I think it's already past it.
But I mean, like at what point is it enforced?
Oh.
Because it like it's starting to like Lou Dobbs is in fantasy fucking cuckoo la la land with this fucking shit.
He's been compromised. He's ill. There's something wrong with him. To question reality, it's like, what reality are we talking about?
What reality? Are you alleging the collusion of like multiple fucking federal courts in multiple states over the course of multiple lawsuits that have all found nothing, either been dismissed or voluntarily withdrawn and shit? Like there's been nothing. There's been nada. There's been nothing but fucking grist for the mill from fucking QAnon types. Nothing burger stories that when investigated turn out to be completely fucking wrong or completely fucking fabricated.
Oh, you know, they've all been conditioned. That's why the whole thing was like, this is all fake. It's all a lie. It's all fake. It's all fake. Because now, just tell them whatever they want to hear. What are they saying?
You've got Rudy Giuliani sprouting a fucking oil leak on the fucking live TV.
Patch this up, sorry.
Talking about chastising people for asking for evidence when he's at, like, the whole press conference, all he's doing is talking about all the evidence they have.
It's a fucking joke, dude. We're in a fucking sideshow, and it's like, it's pathetic. And the fact that people believe this shit and like hear this shit, no, the country, oh man, when Biden's gonna get, they're hand wringing over Biden, dude. Oh my God. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, Biden is so middle of the fucking road, bland, inoffensive, not gonna change anything, not gonna rock the boat. Biden was voted as a stability vote. That's why people, like, if you really talk, I think they dive down deep into it. It was like, I think the status quo, going back to the way I want it to be, is most likely to happen with Joe Biden. That's why he got voted in office. And nothing else. There was no other reason. It was either against Trump or for stability. Like, we need stability. And that's what you hear everyone saying. We just need stability, stability, stability. It's like, we're not going to have stability. If like you look at everything going on around us in the world, it's not to be a depressed asshole. It's just say it's not looking great. We have a fucking pandemic. We have climate change. We have so many other fucking issues.
I mean, Trump ain't going nowhere either. I mean, until he's dead.
He's said now. I mean, you know, what does it really matter what Trump says? But he said in 2024 he's running.
Right. Well, I'm just saying he's not going nowhere. Like, he's gonna maintain his little cult. He's gonna continue to fucking be a fucking factor.
TJ, he's raking in the fucking dough right now.
And that means too that like the Democrats, they're not going to have to switch to any sort of like policy-based thing. They're just going to be able to continue to be like, oh, that Trump threat still looms on the horizon, you guys.
Well, then hold it at bay.
The fact that Trump won't go away means basically that the Democrats will be able to continue to define themselves as the anti-Trump party for the foreseeable future, and won't have to do anything to actually like earn votes.
Did you guys cover the? Have you pulled anything about that joke of a stimulus package that was
I didn't even hear about it.
I think I did. I think one of the stories I sent you, TJ, was the joke. Fucking.
Well, if you pulled it, then I got it. If
all right,
not,
cool.
then
well, we'll see. If not, we'll pull it up at some point and see.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty sure.
Biden's doctor says he has hairline fractures in his foot after slipping while playing with his dog.
Dude, this is the first of many of these stories, by the way.
Yeah.
Grandpa Biden.
Oops.
Biden hopes to be out of wheelchair by Christmas after nasty fall.
President-elect Joe Biden has hairline fractures in his midfoot and will likely require a walking boot for several weeks, his doctor said in a statement Sunday after Biden slipped while playing with his dog, Major, Saturday. Come here, Major. Come here.
I mean, if you want me to actually give Joe Biden points for something, it's that he was actually playing with his dog because Trump didn't even have a fucking dog. At least Joe
Yeah.
Biden was like at least Joe
Trump
Biden
doesn't like animals.
He sucks, dude.
Other
That's a
than
gross
himself.
thing.
That
Oh yeah,
really-
Initial
like,
X-rays.
I don't think he even likes himself. TJ.
That's really
I don't
all
go
you
that
need to
far.
know about Trump, dude, is that he fucking doesn't like animals.
And he
period.
likes the steak well done. So, you know, fuck
Yeah, he eats
Yeah,
his
with
steak well
ketchup.
done
Fuck
with
that
ketchup
shit.
on it.
What kind of a fucking pussy does that, dude? Yeah, I'm gonna go to a fancy steakhouse. You know, Trump's some rich fuck. He's going to a nice steakhouse and he's getting a steak burnt to the
Yeah,
fucking
he's getting some
crisp.
fucking world-class chef who trained all their life to like burn a steak and give him some ketchup. It's like, ugh, fuck you. You disgust me. Okay, anyway. Initial x-rays did not show any obvious fracture, but his clinical exam warranted more detailed imaging. Dr. Kevin O'Connor said Sunday, following up CT scan confirmed hairline. And then parentheses, small fracture. Like,
Small.
who doesn't know what a hairline fracture is? Of President-elect Biden's lateral and intermediate cuneiform bones, which are in the midfoot. Okay. Earlier Sunday, Biden's office announced he was going to be examined by an orthopedist out of an abundance of caution after he twisted his ankle playing with his dog. On Sunday evening, President Trump tweeted, "Get well soon." What a troll, dude. Get well soon. Oh,
Whatever.
fuck.
Dude, fucking salty old Trump, dude.
Biden, who celebrated his 78th birthday on November 20th. I'm president.
I'm the president now.
Hey there, Paul Seagull. I'm your
I
fucking
can't wait to see
president.
Biden wandering around like with the fucking rake, raking leaves up. Like, isn't there a crisis? Oh, Joe, get to it. He's raking leaves right now.
Well,
I'll
I
get
can
inside
tell you
too.
one thing. Some stuff is gonna change around here. Ah, you darn tootin' it will. You better wait as soon as I'm done with my nap and eating my strained peas. Some stuff's gonna get changed around these parts, you better believe. Oh my God, dude. The fucking
During the
grandpa
campaign.
principle.
During the campaign, the Biden campaign, nice writing, released a summary of Biden's medical history, blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah, he hurt his footsie.
Guys,
Oh, man.
he is a healthy, vigorous 77-year-old that is completely fit for office.
78.
Completely fit.
78.
Well, I'm reading what the doctor said, TJ. He said 77.
Well, it said he turned
know why.
78. So I don't know. His doctor doesn't even know how old he is. His doctor's
I mean, his
senile.
doctor's
too. He's
senile,
the oldest
yeah.
fucking doctor's senile. Fuck. I don't know what to tell you.
He's in great shape for a 50-year-old man.
So I pulled this one for you, Scotty. Trump is acting like a sore loser and deceiving his supporters to build up his own slush fund. So
That's
this is
great,
the
dude.
relevant paragraph here.
Duh.
Keeler argued, even though it hurts the nation and undermines American democracy, part of why President Trump is dragging out his baseless protests against the election results, other than being a sore loser, is that he is raising cash off it, a lot of it. Since the election, a source tells CNN he has raised more than $170 million. Now, Scotty, I know you were, what's this?
Here's the text message.
Oh,
Let me
yeah,
read you
Scotty.
some stuff.
Yeah, read me the text you're getting from Trump's campaign.
All right. So yesterday, Don Jr., urgent. My father's asked for a list of every patriot who steps up. I'm sending the list in 1 hour. Ensure he sees your name. Donate. Final notice. President Trump extended your 1,000%
What the fuck is
offer.
that? Is that like a veiled threat that, like, if your name isn't on this list, Trump is gonna send the goon squad after you or some shit?
I don't know. We need you to help us stop this chaos. 1,000% offer reactivated for 1 hour. Congratulations. They try every tact. You won the Trump 1,000% impact extension. President Trump will look for your name in 1 hour, friend. Donate 10 and claim now.
Dude,
President
this is just
Trump.
a total fucking scam.
It
Yeah.
is.
Correct.
We must defend Georgia from the Dems. We've activated 1,000% offer for 1 hour to put America first. Step up and act now.
1,000% offer? What? So
yeah, dude, they did this weird shit where they like claim that they're gonna like whatever you donate will be increased by 1,000% through some kind of weird voodoo magic that we do over here. Like it started at like 350, like activate 350%.
So wait a minute.
Yeah.
Aren't you having to pay for that activation with the 1,000, like with the donation money? Like wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. It creates a vortex. So wait a minute. You're asking them to donate money to you.
You can pay with Apple Pay too. How convenient.
So you're asking them to, okay, so wait a minute. This would be like me going, TJ, if you give me $100 right now, within the next fucking hour, bro, I will send you $100,000, dude. 1,000% increase.
See, this is it's even dumber than that, Paul. It's like if I come to you and be like, Paul, if you give my campaign $10, we're gonna activate 1,000% support to make that $10 turn into $100 or $1,000 or whatever the fuck. Like they like there's so that it's basically their way of like making you think like if I give them $100 and it's got the 1,000% modifier, then I'm basically giving them $1,000 or whatever.
Well, look right here. It shows you. It shows your contribution.
Yeah, show them what your tell them what your we can't really read it, so just
you can't read it.
Patty.
So your contribution. So they list this. This is basically what they want from you: $100. Your total impact $1,100.
Yeah. So you get 11. Yeah, you give them $100. They get you buy $1,100 worth of impact with that $100.
And for $500, TJ,
impact
$500, TJ, you get to join the election defense team. $1,000, you join the election defense team, and you join the Trump 100 Club. $2,800, you get to join the election defense team, join the Trump for 100 Club, and join the First Family Circle, dude. You're in the circle now, TJ.
That's so cool, right?
75% of the money goes to Trump super PAC, and 25% goes to the RNC operating budget.
This is just a straight out grift of a fucking scam that is totally illegal. It's like a total pyramid scheme scam where you're telling people their money's going to one thing. Aren't there rules about soliciting money from people and telling them like it goes here, but then it doesn't?
No, they disclose
where
the money goes. By the way, so it's like a Saving America super PAC. That's Trump's.
It's just buried. So let me guess. It's just buried in like the small print or whatever, or the you know what I mean, the EULA or whatever, the website. It's just, you know.
Read the small print, Scotty.
Sure.
Read us the small print.
I'm looking at Open Secrets, and I think that's where Trump. So contributions to TMAGA C made by an individual / federal multi-candidate political committee will be allocated according to the following formula: 75% of each contribution, first to Save America, up to $5,000, then to Donald Trump's TP's recount account, up to a maximum of $2,800 or $5,000. 25% of each contribution to the RNC's operating account, up to a maximum of $35,000 or $15,000. I guess it depends on who's giving the money. Any additional funds will go to the RNC deposit in the RNC's legal proceedings account for headquarters account, up to a maximum of $213,000 or $90,000. Notwithstanding this allocation formula, a contributor may designate a contribution for a specific participant or participants. So I guess if you're like, what they're saying is if you say I want to give the money to Trump, then that's probably how they do it. They just say, "Oh, money's earmarked for Trump."
No understand.
You can tell them where you want to give the money. So if you're saying I want the money to go to Trump, the money goes to him. And the contribution goes to Trump Make America Great Again Committee.
Dude, okay. I want to join the Freedom Defense Force or whatever the fuck it was.
You want to join it?
I want to join the First Family Circle. I want to eat dinner with fucking Don Jr.
2,800 bones.
Yeah. So like, do we get to like eat a dinner with Trump at that point?
Well, I think to do that you have to go to join his Mar-a-Lago club.
You get to get a straw.
I don't want the Mar-a-Lago shit. You know what I want? Here's my fantasy. Here's my Trump fantasy, right? I want to walk into a room and I want to see Trump standing there with that big ass banquet table covered in fucking like stacked high with them fucking fast food burgers like he did for the the two sports teams and shit. I want to attend one of his fancy fast food soirees, you know what I mean?
Well, dude, if you start like sucking up the Trump,
there you go, TJ, all the Big Macs you can fucking eat, you know? Dude, and it's like, whoa.
Well, I'll tell you what you gotta do.
You truly have made America
your channel.
Great again.
Say you were wrong about Trump. He won the election. Just totally change everything. Get a bunch of fucking bootlickers on your side and get influence in that community. Then be like, I want to meet Trump, have a fast food banquet. Then he'll probably do it if enough people fucking want it to happen.
Yeah. Me and fucking Styx Hexenhammer and fucking what's the other guy?
Crowder.
Steven Crowder.
you guys all
and
be
Ben
there?
Shapiro. We can all fucking eat cheeseburgers together.
Freedom
Thanks,
burger. You know what the
President
Green
Trump.
New Deal wants? The Green New Deal wants this to be extinct. We have something to say to that. Freedom
Then
tastes good.
We'll just throw the fucking boxes out the window. Like, take that, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, you stupid bitch.
Yeah,
There's
care
my
about
Green
litter
New
everywhere.
Deal. Fucking plastic and shit everywhere. It's wonderful.
Sounds like freedom to me.
Oh my god, it's beautiful.
Oh my god, I'm sorry, guys.
It's beautiful fucking freedom. This would probably be about the point in the show where we kill the plebs. So plebs,
We
you're
kill 'em?
dead. Yeah, you're
All right,
dead.
sorry,
the only way to
plebs.
survive is to join our
Take me
Patreon.
up behind the barn.
By the way, guys, plebs, we're activating a new DFF offer right now.
1,000% offer. 1,000% offer. 1,000% offer. 1,000%
will be
offer. 1,000%.
magnified by a billion trillion percent modifier
1 billion percent
on
off
all new
For
patrons.
1 billion%.
Whoa!
Inception music. Boom.
Yes!
For limited time. Make your donation have a 1 billion% impact. 1 billion%.
1 billion
Please donate to the
trillion.
TJ Slush Fund. The TJ Slush Fund cares about you.
Sorry, the plebs are gone. U.S. prosecutors investigating potential White House bribery for pardon scheme. What?
Dun 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 dun.
Oh, shit. Is Robert De Niro coming on my boat?
The
Yeah,
U.S. Justice Department is investigating potential crime.
Hello there,
related to-
counselor. I know you're back there. Counselor, you there? Counselor? You can't kill me, counselor. I'm harder than an old root, counselor.
Funneling money.
Dun, dun, dun. Sorry.
Funneling
That's
money
good.
to the White House in exchange for presidential pardon, according to court documents unsealed in federal court. U.S. District Judge Beryl Howell on Tuesday released a heavily redacted order that described what she called a bribery for pardon investigation. About half of the 18-page document was blacked out, with the publicly available version providing few details of the alleged scheme and naming none of the people potentially involved. So when my dad was going to federal prison, the Clinton administration was kind of just on its way out. And Clinton actually... some people from the Clinton campaign or something like that had actually come to my dad and been like, yeah. So $100,000 and we'll pardon you. But all my dad's assets were like tied up at the time.
Damn.
He told me that, well, maybe he told you different, because, maybe he
Well, I
made
might
the
be
whole thing up.
misremembering too, but
He said it was 500,000.
oh, okay. I might be misremembering the number, but it was like basically someone came to him and said like, hey, if you got X amount of money, we will give you a pardon. So this is not the first time this has happened, if this is indeed happening, which it probably is.
How are they going to do that, though? Like they're the federal government that came and took all his money. They know he doesn't have any fucking money. I guess
Well,
maybe they thought he
who
had some
knows with rich
slush
people.
funded away
Yeah,
somewhere.
they might have figured he had some tucked away somewhere or something.
Little rainy
Which,
day
which
fund,
he
you know what I
did.
mean? Little pardon
Which he-
fund.
I mean, he's dead, so which he actually did. I mean, I don't think he had that level of money, but he did have some.
Yeah, dude. The whole fucking thing is a gigantic scam, dude. When a rich person gets gaffled up for something, that offer is made at some point. On some level, there's some amount of money, usually, unless they get gaffled up doing something that's just inexcusable. You know what I mean? But if it's
They
like-
fucked over other rich people. If they fucked
Right.
over other rich or powerful people, then offer's not getting made. They're getting
or if they did some
There's going to be
horrible,
a
like-
bunch. There's going to be a shit ton, like huge gluts, and there always is every time any president, whatever party, leaves the White House. By the way, there's going to be a shit ton of white collar criminals that are going to be.
Oh, you got to imagine like Trump is going to have like a really reprehensible list of people that he's.
Oh, it's going to be
pardon.
extensive. Like he's going to be like, so what? He swindled the life savings away from 12,000 grandmas. Who gives a fuck? Let him go.
Dude, what if
He's
he
been here
pardons?
long
What if
enough.
he pardons Ghislaine Maxwell, dude?
I've heard people actually suggest that he might do that. I mean, he did express like some sympathy for her and shit. He was like,
did.
You know, I wish you the best of luck, you know?
He totally did, dude, in that fucking shit. He did.
Shit.
He acted all sympathetic towards her.
He's like, oh, poor Delane. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean-
whatever her name is.
Yeah, just help, a horrible fucking monster rape children. Yeah, whatever. I mean, people do what they do.
She's free. She's free.
Free to go. Have a nice day.
Wasn't Michael Flynn getting a pardon? Yeah, he already did, didn't he?
You already got it.
Yeah,
He
he
got
got it already. And
That's already
fucking what's his name? Roger Stone had his sentence commuted. So that's
someone just said that would freak out the Q. No, it wouldn't. Q wouldn't give a shit. That's just virtue signaling bullshit for them. They don't give a fuck. If he pardoned that bitch, they'd be, oh, well, 4D chess. What you gonna do? They don't give a fuck. They'll switch on a dime. They've proven that already. There's literally nothing that Trump could do. I've literally sat here and I've literally sat down in my chair and racked my little fucking brain. What could Trump do to lose the support of these people? Like, what would he have to say or do? And I'm just like, there's nothing. Because no matter what it was,
What if he was? What if
he
he
only
was
said it
caught?
for the memes or whatever the fuck.
What if he was caught with his pants down in Times Square in plain view of like a bunch of news cameras? Like, I don't know, doing something like reprehensible, like raping a toddler or something.
They'd be like, it was a body double. These fucking liberals cloned him and fucking put their Trump clone out there. That is not my president. You know, you've seen the stuff they can
My
do with
president
deep
never do
fakes
that.
now. You've seen these deep fakes. Come on.
Wasn't
You would
me.
never do that.
It wasn't me, the Shaggy defense. It wasn't me. He even caught me on camera. It wasn't me. I think Trump learned a lot from that song.
He doesn't. Yeah, I mean, Trump
Well,
doesn't fess up to nothing.
Trump has so many handlers. He'll never end up in a fucking situation like that. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, he called Iowans stupid and they still voted for him. They don't care. No one cares.
Yeah.
No one cares. Here's the Donald.win. I thought we could maybe have
Gross.
some of this shit.
Gross.
So I thought there was one I was looking at earlier. I don't know. It looks like it's updated since then, but they had one. Oh yeah, here's a good one. Modern problems require modern solutions. Okay.
Okay, let's see.
Poll watchers 2022 plus. It's like snipers on the roof. Hey, did this for Iraq. Why not here? 100% for it. In fact, the people who did that for Iraq are here now. We can just have them do a live demonstration. I'll make the popcorn.
Okay.
They
Some of
also
these
did
people's
bullet
names
in
are
pig's
pretty
blood
funny.
thing there.
They're just-
Why not
oh,
here?
Man.
Some of these people's names are pretty funny, like MAGA, Flock of Flame, and Hillary Strap-on.
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah, they got some cool names over there. They like
Yeah,
memes.
Dude, how much of
They're
this is
not
just
fucking
joking? Like that's
I
the
don't know.
thing. That's
Yeah.
the thing I was always like
well, that's the
wondering
thing is
about.
that well, the problem here is that like it gives like a lot of plausible deniability because if you get backed into a corner or something like, hey, this is kind of like fascisty and shit, where you're saying like, yeah, the polls should be watched by snipers, and if they see anything against our fine president,
Unload.
shot.
like, hey, that's kind of fucked up, guys. Like, just memes, bruh. Just a fucking joke. Can't you take a fucking joke? Like, I don't know. Some of you don't really seem like you're joking. I don't know if it's always necessarily clear to everybody where the joke is. So, well, it's clear to us, man. Oh, well, the Smaga guy just killed a bunch of people.
Making
Well,
something intentionally ambiguous.
some people take the memes a little too
Yeah.
far. I don't know.
It's ambiguous. They're just running for cover clearly because they don't want to own up to this fucking bullshit rhetoric they're talking, in private, which is like there needs to be revolution, civil war, so Trump can be president again.
Let's see what else they got here. Lynn
look,
Wood
guys.
is a madman, tells GA officials they are criminals and dared them to sue him for saying it. He said they won't. Yeah, who's gonna fucking bother with that? 12/2/20 press beating with press secretary Kaylee.
Go to the one below that, dude.
Scott Adams just said on his live stream, if it is proven that there was organized and systemic bullying against poll watchers and Trump supporters, then civil war is
Let's click on
preferable
that,
to a
dude.
Biden presidency. You're probably gonna be disappointed because all of his videos are like 2 hours long.
Oh, okay. So
but we can take a look. This is Dilbert creator Scott Adams, who was boring as shit, by the way.
Come on in.
Okay, we're in.
Come on in.
Hey, my brother, come on in.
Part of the day. Oh, yeah.
Come on in.
Every single time, it's the best part of the day, especially when you're prepared.
Especially.
Oh no, I made a serious mistake. If there's a timestamp,
when you're prepared, there's not.
yeah, if there's a
Civil War
timestamp,
was the
I'm
whole
sure.
point of this whole election stealing. You don't blatantly cheat trying to get caught like that to win. Yeah. Think that's the Dems win-win scenario. Long shot, they pull off the steal and win. Most likely they use the MSM to discredit Trump to their followers and then try to use Antifa and BLM
Like
to
these
start
Civil War LARPers are so funny. Like, what are the battle lines of this like proposed Civil War?
All Republicans versus all Democrats. War!
You put on a red shirt,
It's like,
and I put on a blue shirt, and then we fight to the death.
That's not how it works, man.
Yeah, I
There's
love
like,
this too. I love this shit too, where he's
Joke,
like,
dude.
he thinks it's a long shot that they're going to pull off the steal. Okay, like as if like basically he thinks that like these legal challenges that keep getting struck down over and over again, like they're just gonna start working. At some point, they're just all gonna start working, and Biden's
why?
Biden's gonna be
You
inaugurated.
know why it's ironic? Because
According
they're
to
actually the
who?
What
ones
a long
supporting.
shot.
They're the ones supporting someone trying to steal the election. I mean, if you were being honest here.
Demon Rats for Gitmo. Feel like I should chime in here. Username checks out. A bunch of them on here, by the way, have been calling for Trump to declare martial law. It's like, declare martial law, declare
Insurrection
martial
Act.
law, insurrection act, martial law, martial law.
dude, whenever I hear martial law, I think of the Tekken character that's like a kung fu policeman named Martial Law, dude.
Semper
Doing a-
free, too. Death is preferable to living in slavery.
Yeah.
Even more preferable than that is the death of treasonous traitors. Talk is cheap. If people really agree with the sentiment, Como
See,
would have been shot at already.
I gotta be honest with you, TJ. You have always had a fascination with the Donald,
Oh, yeah.
and you maintain it to this day. And to me, this is just like watching a bunch of really sad dudes play soggy cracker with one another after they lost. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. I mean,
like,
that's
but
what
that's-
this
We
is,
almost
too.
had it. Oh, we almost had it.
You know what I mean? Like,
I just love, I just love them sitting around like, and then we're going to overthrow this shit, and then
We're gonna burn this motherfucker to the ground. Yeah, give me a break.
And I know what they're really going to do is like, somebody start the revolution already. Come on.
Please, I want to have a revolution. I want to fight. I want to fight the libs. Where you
but
gonna
they
fight 'em
actually
at?
don't. They just want everybody else to fight the libs. That's the problem, is that all these people that are upvoting this shit and commenting on this shit, like, they're like, yeah, man, any day now it's going to jump off just as soon as somebody does something and fires the first shot. You know what I mean? They're just like trying to bait the most violent among them into doing a massacre so they can celebrate it or whatever the fuck.
Woo!
And call him innocent or whatever the fuck.
And a hero. Yeah.
Right,
hero
but,
day.
but where were all of them like glued to their computer chairs, just like us? You know what I mean? We're not the ones. We're not the ones calling for an uprising, though. Oh my God, what the fuck?
Yeah,
dude?
none of us are saying like Civil War. Paul, look, these libs better watch out. They could be blown away.
It's like violence.
we need to rise up.
What
Let's
we
rise
need is
up
blood
against
in
them.
the streets, man. Larpity.
Yeah, we're
larp,
saying go
larp.
smoke a fat fucking doobie. That's what I'm
Let's
telling
look
people
at
to do.
It's one thing to LARP on the internet. Let's look at some live action role players here. Some real LARPers. Because I guess all LARP would be live action, but
Sure.
really most of them are just RPs on the Donald. They're just role playing. They ain't even
Well,
live
yeah,
action.
they're not even
role-playing.
live action. Yeah.
This guy is a true LARPer. He's a live.
Dude, most of them are
action role player.
NPCs, TJ. Let's just be honest. They're fucking
those-
NPCs.
Those
dude.
people are NPCs. You're right. I'm sorry. This is Johnny Enlow. He's got some interesting opinions.
There is an aspect of this that even by December 13th, people saying, "Bang, we're running out of time." December 14th, the electoral.
Right. We hear that all the time.
And it doesn't matter.
Right, hear that all the time. This is fucking Prince. What is the principal from Back to the Future think? That's I was just wondering that.
It doesn't
Really.
It doesn't matter because there is an expectation of.
Imagine taking this human being seriously over here.
Man,
You
he
know,
is like an egg that has come to life, dude.
Okay,
I
so
know, dude. I was
I
just
want to
thinking that.
officially, all right. I want to officially apologize to Egghead. I found the actual Egghead. You've lost your.
Humpty Dumpty had a great fall, dude. Oh, my
goodness.
God, what an
The
unfortunate.
electoral college turning it over to Biden. I'll say that this is. I'm just going to tell you that the Trump side, they have that in mind. They're prepared for that. If it has to go that far, it's okay, because that just puts the treason at an official legal level by doing that, and it makes certain high individuals more. It makes them guilty at another level. And there is an emergency order from 2018 that this nation is operating under, and they literally are going to go down as traitors. And, you go to the extreme case, they can be, it's executable. It's not even that the Supreme Court's the last level.
Really.
It's
Really?
What's an empty fucking vessel, dude?
Really?
That's what's going to happen? Yeah.
And that's when they're going to execute all the traitors to Trump. I mean,
Good.
America.
it has to be done before January 20th. But if you
Are
don't,
you are you referring to, if Supreme Court isn't the highest level, are you referring to tribunals as the highest level?
Good question, actually.
Yeah, that
What are
is
you
a good
referring
question.
to- What are you referring to as the highest level?
no, they are the highest level from a standpoint of judicial. But we are actually under emergency executive order, emergency executive kind of state of war, and President Trump literally has the right to put the whole nation under martial law, to take all social media.
Oh, I love when you know you've drank way too much of the Kool-Aid when someone's like, and then our president's going to declare martial law, right? And you're like, oh.
So Trump's going to become a dictator. Oh, really? Oh,
He doesn't
good.
have to have fake news taking his message and not allowing it to get out there.
You're
He has
right.
legal
Destroy,
rights.
destroy the First Amendment. Great. Guys, he's describing a paradise. Can't wait to live in this country.
I can't wait for the military to take over and destroy the press and stuff. That sounds like a great day for America. I love it.
To do that at any time. We're also
Hopefully
what he's
soon.
obligated to do as president is to defend this nation from foreign enemies, and he can activate that because what is proven is that foreign agents, China, Iran, Serbia, other ones, were part of meddling, more than meddling, trying to steal an election in this nation, both through the dominion.
I guess that'll be there, Russia.
Dude, what?
I
Are
don't
you
know,
kidding
dude.
me now?
What comes around goes around. What goes around comes around.
Dude, you fucking
And it
got
all just.
me. Dude, you fucking
Dude,
got
I'm
me,
dying.
dude.
I'm fucking dying, dude. The Democrats, Russia stole the election. Republicans lose. China stole the election. Fuck me, dude. Chinagate now. You guys ready for Chinagate?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh, yeah,
and the other
Chinagate.
software, but also through the money that they paid, the millions and millions they paid off. And so we are, he could at any time just show, he can call he can use his national emergency broadcast authority that he has, and I'll have on everyone's cell phone computer, it show up the actual information and proof of and everything.
Wow.
The government can take over the information that you get to learn and hear and understand. Oh, yeah. On your phone, you're being given the
This guy is
truth
literally-
constantly.
This guy is literally describing as a positive scenario. The president declares martial law, destroys
Yes.
the press, executes his political rivals, and then starts broadcasting official government messages to your cell phone. And he's like, and this is all good stuff. It's like, this is like literally like, man, I can't wait for this horrible nightmarish dystopia to happen. This is gonna fucking rock.
Dude, we get to move into 1984, dude. We get to live there. That sounds awesome, man. When do I sign up?
It's like, what? Break, dude. How, like, these people have lost their fucking minds if they ever had them to begin with.
Well, you know what they think, TJ?
I don't know.
They think that it'll never affect them if that happens, or never touch them, because like we're on the right side. So like it's just gonna benefit us, and then we don't have to worry about these pesky liberals or elections or any of this shit ever again.
And then we just win forever.
Yeah, we just win for all time.
Historically works out.
Show it to the American people, and based on that, all these arrests have to be made of these, and it's not a political thing at all. It is a national.
It's not political.
Yeah, of
so
course.
He has, again, about 5 levels of things to appeal to. He has the trump cards.
Oh, wait. Go back, TJ. Go back.
Yes.
You guys can't see it, unfortunately, but I finally fixed the stream. I don't know. You can't, unless you've got the stream pulled up, you can't. There's no way for me to share what I'm doing, but I finally, it took me a second to get it figured out because it's been a while since I did it, but I wish I could go back now and just replace what
have you done, Paul?
I just wish I could go back and replace what needed to be replaced is all I'm going to say, dude. There was one object that needed to be placed on the screen during this last, and it took me almost to the end to fix it. We only got a few.
Damn.
It's a shame.
Well, I'll leave it up for people to fucking appreciate for a minute.
It's a goddamn crying shame that I wasn't able to do that faster, TJ. I'm rusty. I'm going
to look and see what you've done.
What? You don't need to see, TJ.
I want to know what you've done.
Dude, just trust me. It was done. It needed to be done.
Done with you in mind, TJ. It was done because Paul thought you would care, dude.
It needed to be done, and that's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? It
needed doing.
You know, if it needed doing, it needed doing. I mean, what the fuck else do you need, TJ? Look.
Yeah,
whatever.
like why do you got to go check my work?
I don't know.
Things have happened, TJ.
It is a national security.
Oh yeah, whatever.
Speaking
Speaking of China, by the way, China becomes EU's largest trade partner. China has become the EU's largest trade partner for the first time, latest data shows, highlighting that the economic ties of the close, comprehensive strategic partnership between China and the EU are intertwined with each other's industrial chain. The data also discredits some media reports that Beijing's hopes of using Europe as a counterweight to the U.S. have faltered, as China faces rising anger over its policies and behavior, including trade. Chinese experts said the noise will not have any impact on sound trade relations between the two economies. The latest data from Eurostat shows China has become the EU's largest trade partner for the first time, surpassing the U.S. by 5.2 billion euros or $6.16 billion. From January to July, trade between China and the EU rose 2.6% to 328.7 billion euros amid COVID-19. China is now the EU's largest source of imports, accounting for 21.9% of its total imports, and the third largest export market at 10.3%. So
I wasn't laughing at what you were saying. I saw what Paul did.
What did he do?
What
What did
I
he
didn't
done?
do shit. I did nothing. I
can't tell you,
nothing,
TJ.
Scotty.
I can't tell you, TJ. You have to see later.
All right.
He actually didn't do anything. Dude, I'm fucking with you. He didn't do anything.
He did some. I know, little sneaky bastard. China's continues its ascent, which is kind of someone in the chat just said like Trump really showed China, huh? Yeah, like that was one of Trump's big things is like we're gonna stand in the way of this this fucking ongoing ascent of the Chinese economy and shit.
Wrong.
But nope, didn't really manage that. And now, in fact, China became so powerful under Trump that China was able to steal our election. Which why would if China's doing so well under Trump, why wouldn't they just keep him in there? Like, why would they even care to steal the election? Doesn't even make sense.
Dude, China's about to win. Dude, Blade Runner was right. Let's just admit it. The choking atmosphere dystopia of the last mega cities will all speak Chinese as a primary language. Let's just admit it. Let's get past it. They win.
Well, I think it was
we
actually
lose.
Japan. I think it was Japan. They
Was it
based it on
Japan?
because at that time period, Japan was such like an ascendant country as well.
Oh,
So I mean,
maybe
I think that's
it
why.
That was based
Yeah,
on
it was- it was-
Beijing or whatever.
Remember the 80s, every portrayal of Japan in the U.S. in the 80s was like, oh shit, it's like a rival.
Oh
It's
yeah,
Japan.
I think I'm turning Japanese. I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so.
But now it's China.
China.
And,
China
China
doesn't work as
China.
well for that song. They're gonna have to write a new song.
I think they just got to slow it down a little, and maybe like add an I am instead of I'm,
If they play with Chinese a little bit,
turning Chinese.
they can
something
say
like that.
I think I'm turning Chinese. I think I'm turning Chinese. I really think so. They can just do Chinese.
Chinese.
Yeah,
Chinese.
Chinese.
Some Chinese.
Or they'd be like,
Oh, God.
turning Jackie
Taking
Chan. I
over.
think I'm turning Jackie Chan.
China's
I really
taking over,
think
TJ.
so. Just use Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
It
You know
works.
what? Europe's selling us out, TJ. They're selling us out, man.
Soon
Going with
India
China.
is going to butt fuck us next. Yeah, it turns out these countries with much larger populations than ours are also capable of having much larger economies than ours. So
We're coming for you next, America. We've got sloppy seconds. We called sloppy second. we're fucked,
Damn it,
dude.
Boone Dash.
We're fucked.
yeah, America's going to be like, we're number 3-ish.
Then the Germans are
Like-
going to be right behind them, we've got sloppy thirds. We could have had firsts, but we decided to have sloppy thirds because we're dirty here in Germany.
Yeah, they are.
Then the Brits are like, long time coming this has been. You little whelps have had this coming for about, 200 and some odd years. We got sloppy fifths now.
Oh, shit. No.
And then we're just gonna
No.
pretty soon we're just, you know what I mean? The Australians will be like number 15. Good eye, mate. We'll make this easy on you. Now,
No, not the Aussies. Really?
it won't be easy in terms of the load you're about to take, but we won't take long, mate. We're not looking to hurt you, just butt fuck you. And we're just like, just get it over with. Then Bolsonaro will show
here.
up. Hello. The Brazilians are here to take our turn. We should have been the number 1, but we will take a number 2. Have
So it
Bolsonaro's
looks like
balls slapping against you, dude. You ready?
I'm
oh
not
shit,
ready.
guys. It says in 2050 we're going to be number 3 for economy. And
Who's fuck-
Indonesia, Brazil, Russia, Mexico, Japan, Germany, UK. Oh, UK, you're dropping a spot. France, you're off the fucking list. Japan, you're falling on the list. Damn, dude.
Damn. California got 1.3 billion in wildfire relief. Victims have received nothing, prompting outrage. After
Well, dude, the bureaucrats that had to administer that needed that money.
Yeah, I mean, they need. What are they supposed to do?
Come on.
Just not be rich? Come on. After her home in Santa Rosa, California, burned down in the Tubbs fire 3 years ago, Linda Adrian moved into a tiny apartment. She didn't expect to stay long.
That fucking headline just sunk in for me.
Yeah. California got 1.3 billion in wildfire relief. Victims have received nothing, prompting outrage.
Oh my
What? I mean,
fucking
come
god,
on.
dude.
The government knows how to spend that money better than these so-called victims. I mean, whatever, their house burned down, not a big fucking deal. Come on.
A drain soon learned about plans for a complex for low-income senior citizens on the site of the fire-ravaged mobile home park where she had lived for a quarter of a century. She quickly signed up for a 2-bedroom apartment. But before breaking ground, developers were relying on funding from a federal disaster relief package approved by Congress a few months after the fire. They're still waiting for the money, and so a drain is still waiting for a new home. It's supposed to be a temporary place, and I've been here for 3 years, said a drain who's 80. There's nowhere for me to go.
It's all
California-
a scam, dude. It's all a scam. All of this shit, none of this money ever finds its way to the people that fucking need it. And if it does, it's a goddamn pittance in compared to what was raised. It's always been this way. It'll forever be this way. It's all a fucking scam. Everybody along the line in California, that corrupt fucking shithole state that thank goodness I escaped. Every goddamn fucking shit politician in that fucking state has had their hand out on the way as that money went by. I'll take my little piece of that. Oh, I got a little fund over here. I'll have a lot. By the time it got to poor Granny over here, whose goddamn house burned down in a fire, by the way, made
Granny's
by
dead.
the California subsidized PG&E Corporation. Oh, there wasn't enough money left. Sorry, fucking Grandma Tilly, whose fucking whole life burned down, whose twilight plans to retire in the fucking mountains went up in a puff of fucking smoke because PG&E and the fucking government don't give a fuck. There's no more left in the wallet for you. What a corrupt fucking bunch of shit. And this is the way it works everywhere, by the way, folks. You guys know this. Louisiana ain't no better at appropriating fucking emergency funds to the people who fucking need it. You know what I mean?
No.
Oh, come on over here with them emergency funds before you take it to the people now. I could use let me just rummage around back here real quick now. And then you know what? Before you do that, take it to the ombudsman's house. He'll take a little piece too, you know? We don't want the people getting too hoity-toity around here. And then by the time the cart of money shows up down in Nolans where they need it,
Let me tell you something.
there's a couple of nickels left in it and a fucking black
we
widow
all know what
spider.
Paul, you know what happens? You know exactly what happens. All the businesses that get contracts with the state, or just in general, they have their hand out. They'll get taken care of. The actual citizens, they're completely fucked, and no one gives a flying fuck about them.
Well, here's some more details on this story. More than 300 million of the total is earmarked to finance new housing for low-income renters. An additional 250 million is dedicated to rebuild homeowners' single-family homes.
Good.
A third pot of money, more than 400 million, is set aside to repair roads, water systems, and other infrastructure. To get access to the funding, California housing officials have needed to develop spending plans approved by the Federal Department of Housing and Urban Development. But it took nearly 2 years after the disasters for HUD to sign off on any of the state's proposals to respond to the 2017 fires.
They all have to get bribed. They all have to get bribed.
Right.
Last week, more than 2 years after the 2018 wildfires, federal officials finally authorized the state's plan for the year's relief efforts. State housing officials expect Congress to okay additional funding for this year's wildfires as well, which would again trigger the HUD approval process for the new money.
What a nightmare for these people, man. What a fucking nightmare. I mean, I know people have private insurance and stuff. We're talking about people with low income.
It's all fucking routine, dude. It's all routine. It's just a gangster's fucking racket. It's all just routine. The money fucking flows from the top of the family down, and by the time it gets to the bottom, it's just a trickle, just enough to get by on, if any at all. It's just a big fucking scam. Nothing's ever going to get fixed under this system, and we're all going to die horrible, agonizing, climate-related and fucking resource war-related deaths if we don't start fucking doing something about it immediately. Because this money is urgently needed by this old look at this poor old fucking look at this poor old bag.
God,
look at her sitting there. Look at how fucking miserable she is. Look at her.
Her hands in her head, dude. She's like, oh fuck. Where's my life?
She's basically been living for 3 years amongst all this shit that she's just like crammed in this apartment because she was told like, yeah, we're gonna build you a nice new house and stuff. And then it's like, okay, cool.
You know what it sounds like, guys? They're just hoping a bunch of these people die off. They're just like, okay, here are these actuary tables, and if we wait 5 years, 25% of the residents will be dead, saving us a couple $100 million what we can use for bribes and for shit we want. That sounds great.
This is fucking crying shame is what this is right here. A 110% crying motherfucking shame.
No argument for me.
All right. Protests take place across France against proposed security law.
I mean, the French protest everything, though. So how big
that is true. They love a good protest over there in France.
I mean, hey, you know, I love a good protest too. We need more. I like this burning car.
Burned out Benz. That's
Dude,
cool.
I'm always I'm a big fan of fire. I like it when cars and buildings and stuff like that.
Okay, cool. Fire. I'll come burn your car in your house right now, TJ.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, you're a fan.
Yeah, I'm sure you'd be fine with it.
You know, I'm sure you're a fan of
TJ. I'm going to come and I'm going to burn.
Dude, it's like,
if that was TJ's car right there on fire, he'd be like, fuck these motherfuckers riding on this stupid shit. This stupid fucking ride. Fucking burn my fucking house down, motherfucker. The hypocrisy of TJ's fucking worship of this type of violence is just retarded, dude.
But you just should admit,
What?
Truly, that it's like it's
I mean,
like
this
the
is a
Tool
stupid
song. You
argument
want to
that
live
Paul-
vicarious,
hold on.
TJ. You want to see the
Stupid argument
fire.
Paul's making right now.
You
It's a
wanna
retarded
see-
argument.
TJ,
Hold on.
okay,
No, shut up, Scotty. I can only take one retarded.
Oh,
person at
shut
a
up,
time,
Scotty.
right?
Shut
Yeah.
up. TJ, you want me to drive over your house right now and slap you
Come
to
on,
death
drive
with a
over here.
McRib?
No, just
I'll
burn his car.
Burn your fucking house down, motherfucker.
Just burn his car.
You come burn my house down. Go and burn my house
Yeah,
down,
burn your
TJ.
fucking house down.
Go burn my house down then. Go ahead.
First of all, I have fucking renters, so if you burn my house down, you do me a favor.
Oh
So-
yeah, I'm
I'd
sure.
burn your house
Oh
down.
yeah. I'm sure your
Second of
renter's
all-
insurance would cover 100% of everything that's in that house, including the pictures that
I mean,
you
I got
can't
pretty good
replace, the
renter's
books,
insurance, so.
the books that are fucking out of print, and yada yada, all of the shit you've collected. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's all fine.
Yeah. 100%
Big old
covered.
cash, big old lump sum of cash.
Oh,
Second
yeah.
of all, yeah, I mean, like, hey, I like people getting punched in the face too, but I wouldn't want someone to punch me in the face. I like seeing people get fucking shot in the head. I mean, I want to get shot in the head.
You're talking about
Other
movie
fucking stuff.
shit, though.
What?
You're talking about movie shit.
Well, yeah, I'm saying I like the visual of a car on fire.
What if it's
It's a
your
cool
car?
Well, then I better be getting paid for it.
What if you're not?
Well, then I guess I mean, I'd still like the visual, but I'm going to be a little pissed my car's on fire. I don't know. I'd probably still kind of enjoy it on some level. Like, well, holy shit. I mean, like, come on. Like, it's a cool fucking visual. Anyway, Scotty, now you're going to make your complaint. What do you got?
I remember now, dude.
It's TJ.
Well, just hold that thought for 1 second. You just let it flutter away.
I can't. Well, I start looking at the car being on fire, and I'm like,
That's what I'm saying.
shiny,
It's damn engaging.
shiny.
It's damn pretty. Like, it's
I mean, it
fucking
is, but
bad.
I can freely admit I don't want my car to be on fire. I'll say that.
I mean, no one wants their car on fire, right? No one wants their house on fire. But that
Of
doesn't
course
mean no one
not.
wants some other motherfucker's house or car on fire. Maybe I
Right.
do.
But
I don't see the
isn't
hypocrisy in
there?
that.
Well,
It's a matter
how
of,
many
like,
bucks you give, Paul?
I don't like them, so I like their shit
Paul,
on
do you have-
fire.
do you
I
have
like
fucks to
myself,
give for
so I
every
don't want
burned
my
out
shit on
car?
fire. There's
You
hypocrisy.
know what I mean?
Well, I don't have a fuck to give, but I don't wish it on nobody. I don't hope
I don't
anybody's
wish on
car
him either.
burns,
That's
and
what
I
happened.
don't celebrate when I see somebody's business or home burns, and I don't pretend
No,
like, oh
sure.
yeah, I fucking love that shit. Because when it happens to me, like, what can I expect from other people other than, well, I love that.
That's all I would expect from them.
You're probably right, but you know,
The police. I mean, hey, I expect some people to give me sympathy, but a lot of people just be like, "Fucking piece of shit,
TJ.
served him right."
Oh,
So-
there's gonna be- TJ, if tragedy befalls someone like you, there's gonna be people that are just totally sober. Yep, TJ's a piece of shit. He deserves that suffering. Yeah,
I like that though. I always
Well, fair enough. If you like it, I mean, fuck. Then they're doing you a favor. Then
The police prefecture. I just like that anyone cares. You know, it'd be the worst thing would just be like, eh. The
They
police
care about
prefecture
me.
initially restricted them. Well, what is this protest about? Demonstrations took place across France on Saturday against the proposed global security law and its signature measures to restrict the filming of police officers.
what?
They came as calls to withdraw it were exacerbated by cases of police violence this week.
what the fuck, France?
Yeah,
How
so
is this
apparently
lit-
France,
wait,
was trying
what?
to France is trying to pass some kind of don't film the police
No,
law.
I
Oh,
get
dude,
it.
the West.
What?
Dude,
What?
well, Paul, the West is making it's not just the United States. A lot of these countries in Europe too are having a right shift, and you can see it with these laws being proposed now. And it's always going to be done under the guise of terrorism. I guarantee you. It's like, look, these terrorists are coming here. The only way to stop it is your freedom has to go bye. Otherwise, too bad. Oh, yep. Look at that. Organized mass surveillance. Go up, TJ.
Well, if this riot doesn't
There it
stop
is.
this law from getting passed, get ready for the fucking jackboot.
The collective called Stop Loi Sécurité Globale, or Stop Global Security Law, is composed of journalists, unions, human rights, NGOs, and other groups. They are advocating for the withdrawal of Articles 21 and 22 of the proposed law, which organize mass surveillance, and Article 24, which would penalize the malicious dissemination of the image of police officers. They also call for the suppression of the so-called new national policing scheme announced in September by Minister of the Interior Gérald Darmanin, which forces journalists to disperse during demonstrations when ordered to do so by police, thus preventing them from covering the aftermath of protests, often storming years.
Why would they
This
want?
law- This should not
They
be a
want
law. under
accountability.
any
This is
circumstances.
insane. This is insane, dude. That's like saying, like, hey, you know what? When the police are doing shit against you, But there shouldn't be any third parties that can witness that. You can be ordered to go home. Just trust the police. That we're gonna handle it.
Like, we don't know. The police should never be held accountable for their actions under any circumstance. If a protest is happening and the police want to beat the shit out of the protesters, all journalists have to leave first, and anybody who stays and films is breaking the law.
Yeah, as an enemy of the state, basically.
So this
matter.
This needs to go.
Well,
This shouldn't happen for sure.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it should.
You think it should?
Oh shit. Okay.
Why should it?
Because it's the French. They need to be cracked down on. Look at them. They're out of control.
yeah,
like you
damn,
said
you know what?
earlier, they fucking riot about every goddamn thing.
Look at this. This poor car has been.
You know
Like,
what?
look,
You're right,
dude,
Paul.
The
Crack
French.
down.
The French use rioting as like they just take pictures of it and then they select the pictures where the police are having to like, you know, step in to protect property and people from burns and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And they make it look like the police are brutalizing them constantly. And that's their game. So it's time they were cracked down on. Look at these fucks. They cause a bunch of damage and then they say it was the cops that did it, you know. I know these French. I know what they're up to.
Damn, dude.
It's time to burn it all. Anyway, sorry. I just.
What do you mean? Burn all? Burn it all? Burn what all?
I don't know. Just all.
Everything?
In Minecraft.
Maybe.
Including you?
You know.
And Chelsea?
It's got.
And
You know. Hey,
Salvador?
look. What's got to happen has got to happen. You know. Tight federal ban. Is it
How did you become? Wait a minute. How did you become the bring on the fucking nukes guy? How did we trade places?
Paul,
No, that's
Paul,
what do you think
talk
bringing
about
on the
this.
nukes is about? What
Paul,
do you think
we even
happens
said
when a bomb drops on you? It burns you.
Paul, we talked about this on a grease
All
trap.
right.
Like in 5 years, Peter's gonna be like, "Bring on the nukes," and people are gonna be like, "TJ invented that, man." You'd be like, and then of course people are like, "No, Paul made that up." No, dude, Paul didn't make that up. He copied TJ first.
Scotty, listen. Burn it all. Very distinctive from Bring on the Nukes.
Look, they're not the
nuke.
same thing at all. Totally different.
Totally different thing. Just destroy it. Because
That's
see,
the Tito
nukes
ticket.
are gonna
See
use
the little
nukes. The fire uses fire, Scotty. So totally different thing.
dude, Paul, dude, man, you need to sue the shit out of TJ. You gotta sue him, dude.
No, it's okay. I'm fine with it. By the way, guys, I gotta go take a leak. Peace the fuck out.
You gotta at least change your word. Come on. Burn it all. Less effective Bring on the Nukes. You know, it's probably a more effective Bring on the Nukes. That's all I'm gonna say. Because, you know, the fire can be a little more discriminating. Despite federal ban, renters still being evicted amid virus.
Get him out.
Okay.
Get them out. Get them out.
I don't know where they're gonna go,
A
but they're gonna go.
nationwide eviction ban was supposed to protect tenants like Tawanda Mormon, who was forced out of her 2-bedroom apartment last month in Cleveland. The 46-year-old who was hospitalized in August for the coronavirus can't work due to mental health issues, said she fell behind on her $500 a month rent because she needed money to pay for food. When she was evicted in October, Mormon said she was unaware of President Donald Trump's directive implemented in September by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention that broadly prevents evictions through the end of 2020. It was difficult. I had to leave all my stuff, said Mormon, who had been staying with friends and relatives since her eviction. I don't have no furniture, no nothing. With most state and local eviction bans expired, the nationwide directive was seen as the best hope to prevent more than 23 million renters from being evicted amid a stalemate in Congress over tens of billions of dollars in rental assistance. It was also billed as a way to fight the coronavirus, with studies showing evictions can spread the virus and lead to an increase in infections. But doesn't seem like it's actually done anything in real life because people aren't even aware that those protections exist for them. So when they get the eviction notice, they just leave.
Streets.
Well, they belong.
Step 1, tell them that they can't work. Step 2, get them all into the streets. Step 3, dominate them all. Sorry, there's no cabal. There's no conspiracy against the fucking common human. There's no fucking dirty fucking pool being played here. No. They can't come up with a stimulus. They're kicking us into the fucking streets in the midst of a pandemic. They're not providing any form of relief in a capitalistic society based on monthly fucking rent and monthly fucking bills for every utility you have, from car to the roof over your head. And they've got no answer for any of the people that they've asked to stay home.
Paul, yeah, look, that's all good, Paul. You want to give everything free to everybody. But let me tell you something, Paul. This sounds like a lazy, good-for-nothing woman. Didn't want to work. She got mental health issues, whatever that means. Just weak, is what we're saying. And you just want to give her everything for free. Everything free away.
For free, but I want to give her enough to get by on for free.
No, Paul, you know where's it going to come from, Paul? You going to pay for that? Reach in your pocket. Why don't you pay for it then, Paul?
I do. I pay taxes.
You don't pay nothing, Paul.
Pay a lot of taxes.
Government shouldn't be taking my money. That's all I got to say about that.
Well,
Let these lazy good for nothing living on the street, Paul. They'd be just fine.
I guess you better ought to go somewhere else because we pay taxes here, boy.
Let's change up and do a positive story, all right?
All right.
So this is a piece of positivity, I think. I think I have the British Airways stewardess reportedly offers adult entertainment during flights.
Wow.
Dude,
what flight is this? Just for curiosity's sake.
I didn't think this type of shit went on. You know what I mean? Like I thought there were. Oh goodness!
Guess you're wrong.
British Airways is reportedly investigating claims that one of its air stewardesses is working as a prostitute who offers adult entertainment during flights and even sells her undies to passengers. The unidentified flight attendant advertises her services through racy snaps on social media, many focused on her stockinged feet and legs, and teases she often wears no underwear during flights, according to The Sun.
Damn, what kind of flight is this?
As well as offering sex between travels. She offers unspecified X-rated treats to passengers if the money is right, the paper said. If you ever want adult entertainment on board, all you have to do is give me a sum of money and you'll be treated to a whole different experience of your choice, the stewardess reportedly wrote on a blog.
There you go.
Damn.
Sounds like make the flight go by a little faster, for sure.
I think I may need to take me a trip to jolly old Britain to check out what's going on over there on British Airways. Yes. Book me a flight right now. No, what's going on with this? What is she offering, man? It's so tempting and teasing. Where's the menu?
Followers of her social media, much of which appeared to have been deleted Sunday after the revelations, appeared in no doubt as to what she was up to. Hope you earned good money and stay safe, girl, one follower replied to a photo. She is clearly prostituting herself and boosting her business by using photos taken on board BA planes, one source told The Sun. It is a shocking dereliction of duty, and not the image BA wants of its cabin crew, the sources said. Shut up, fucking prudish piece of shit.
British Airways would never have such a hussy, such a harlot, such a woman of the night associated with it. We'll find her. We'll find
All I can say
her.
is it made me way more likely to book a flight on British Airways, dude.
We expect the highest standards of behavior from all our colleagues at all times, and we are investigating the claims.
Like, what if you're on a British Airways flight, and the chick comes by and she's like, peanuts, orange juice, ride your cock in the bathroom. You know what I mean? Like,
what?
You're like, oh, excuse me? She's like, do you want peanuts? Do you trust that you heard it right?
I don't know.
Shit, I don't know, man.
Do you go like, can I have that third thing? What? You know what I mean? What third thing?
Never mind. I don't know. Never mind.
That third thing where you ride would you trust yourself enough? Because I wouldn't, probably.
I would not know. I would not at that point be like, I must have heard.
That must have been like part of my fantasy leaking into reality, which happens sometimes. You know what I mean?
Can happen, man. Especially if you're like,
what if you got it out and she was like, you were like, you know, that third time, where you You know, you're riding my cock in the bathroom. And she's like, oh, yeah, sure. Come on. I'm like, oh, I did hear it. Every British Airways stewardess will do this. All you got to do is ask.
Let me just say, this should just be standard on our flights. Yeah. Like,
dude, we need to start Ho Air.
Mm-hmm.
Ho Air. Service to every fucking country. Stewards and stewardesses, dude. Yeah. Of your choice. Pick your poison, pick your flavor. Yeah, dude. Ho Air. No kids allowed, obviously, because there's sex going on the plane. So that's a foregone conclusion right there, which needs to happen anyway, by the way. The first airline to have the balls to ban children on it is getting my fucking money for the rest of time. I shit you not. I won't fly anywhere that fucking airway doesn't fly. Because, dude, the last 8 flights that I've taken have been ruined. Ruined. Not just by the tiny accommodations, but by some screaming fucking kid that's always like 2 seats away from me.
Good luck getting Ho Air over Saudi Arabian airspace. Well, no one on Ho Air is going to be flying to no Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, if Saudi Arabia ain't willing to fucking accept Ho Air's business, then we don't fly to fucking Saudi Arabia. You feel me? We only fly to places that let people get their fuck on in the air, because that airspace up there ain't your fucking territory. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we're gonna fuck on up here. Bitch. We're on Ho Air, and if you say like, oh, you can't do that, our stewardesses are paid to be stewardesses. They choose to be hoes.
Yes, but we only hire certified hoes.
Certified clean hoes.
Yeah, I mean cleanish, you know.
I mean,
as
why
clean
not?
as you
Look,
can be.
Is someone telling me there's no demand for this? How many people want to join the Mile High Club? How many people want to fuck on an airplane?
I mean, like, there's clearly demand for this.
I mean, look, you just got to pay the price of admission, and then you got to make a deal with, your stewardess there, flight attendant, whatever you want to call it.
They're not prostitutes. They're not paid to fuck everybody on the plane. They just do that because they like it. The biggest general strike in the world. Over 200 million workers and farmers paralyze India.
So this is pretty fucking insane. Like, here's the thing. 200 million workers is like 13 or 15 or 20% or something of the Indian workforce. So like there's tons of people there. But
yeah,
it shows that it's possible to mobilize that many people around a general strike.
Yes.
And if that many people or half that many people walked out here in America, it would paralyze the American fucking economy.
On Thursday, some 200 million workers held a one-day general strike in India. So they weren't. This is not like an ongoing strike. They were just like demonstrating and trying to flex their sort of muscle there,
showing that they're if they don't start coming to the table. Right? That's what you do, right? You show them that, hey, look how many of us are together on this. You better start coming to the fucking table, or we will shut it down.
This massive day of action was called by 10 trade unions, over 250 farmers organizations, and was accompanied by massive protests and a near total shutdown of some Indian states. According to the call put out by the unions, the general strike was organized against the anti-people, anti-worker, anti-national, and destructive policies of the BJP government led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Their demands included the withdrawal of all anti-farmer laws and anti-worker labor codes, the payment of 7,500 rupees in the accounts of each non-tax-paying family, monthly supply of 10 kilograms of food.
This is basically a UBI and guaranteed food subsidies for people who need it.
They want an expansion of the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act of 2005 to include 200 work days each year, higher wages, and the act's extension to urban industries. Okay. Stop the privatization of the public sector, including the financial sector, and stop corporatization of government-run manufacturing and service entities like rail. Let me tell you something, India. You're smart to be doing this fucking early. Your economic development.
I don't know how early they're. Well, yeah, and they're
early. I mean, it's comparatively early to where we are.
Sure. Yeah.
Economically, in terms of our economic development and shit, but like they should be. Like, they need to fucking make sure all these demands are met, because this all sounds common sense as fuck to me. Yep. Shit that we should have done in this country a long fucking time ago. The withdrawal of a draconian forced premature retirement of government and PSU public sector employees. I don't know when they're forced. So I don't know if I agree with that or what the logic is there. Pensions for all, the scrapping of the national pension system and the reimposition of the earlier pension plan with amendments. Now, I don't know enough about Indian politics to know
Right.
about that,
I assume that what happened is that there used to be a national pension plan, and then it was replaced by a new national pension plan that excludes a bunch of people, and they want it. They want the old way back.
Yeah, I would assume you're probably right. It's probably something like that. But of course, you guys can do your own research if you want to.
But you know, whatever the case may be, even if I politically disagree with one or more of these, good on India and good on the workers of India for
letting their voice be heard, right?
Well, right, and for flexing that fucking muscle and showing the people that live in that country that, hey, we've got the power to shut this whole motherfucker down. So come to the table, because here in America we're too distracted by fucking bullshit to do that. We're too comfy. People in India are not fucking comfy, and they're hitting the streets. And you know what, dude? Is it going to take us getting to the level of Indian development again? Is it going to take us sliding backwards to the workers' rights and accommodations and protections?
Well, didn't you say that the one thing that you felt or that your mom at least felt that kind of killed the unions? Was like just complacency and
well, it was complacency, but not necessarily just general complacency. It was complacency when it came to knowing that the money was being fucking squandered away by the bigwigs and not doing anything about it, and just and then letting the new people come into the factory and go, I ain't signing up for the union, and not pursuing that. You know, why am I going to give fucking 5-10% of my paycheck to the fucking union? Fuck that, I ain't doing it. You know what I mean? They didn't. So yeah, it was complacency and just bullshit.
Oscar nominee Elliot Page announces he is transgender. Actor Elliot Page, who received an Oscar nomination for his performance in 2007's film Juno, announced Tuesday that he's transgender. Posted a public letter on Twitter and Instagram. Hi, friends. I want to share with you I am trans. My pronouns are he, they, and my name is Elliot. I hate when you do he, they, by the way.
I've never seen that.
I'm a he, but don't use no him on me. He, no him. I want a he, they combo. It's like, oh man, I can't keep all that in my mind. Elliot, come on, bro.
Or is that just a way of saying that he, him, or they, them works for me?
It might be.
I have a feeling it's that.
Yeah, hopefully you're right, and I'm just being a fucking reactionary.
I might put that shit in my bio, dude. If that's the way it works.
All I gotta say is
writing this.
All I gotta say about this shit, TJ, is this, dude.
Say it, Scotty.
Elliot Page, I don't give a fuck. Do whatever you want to do. But if you got any more announcements, just go ahead and make them, because I don't have to hear about the next news story a year from now. Just fucking get everything out in the open now. Look, a lot of people are cool with this. I haven't really heard anyone say anything bad. Maybe there's some assholes out there, but they're assholes anyways. We get all the announcements out to hear this news story again. It shouldn't even be a news story. Just be your fucking self. Do what you want to do. I know there's assholes in the world, but
I'm kind of at the point where someone's like, I'm trans. I'm like, eh. Yeah, that's great. Whatever. Good for you.
Cool. My girlfriend told me about this story last night, and I was actually kind of not shocked at all. Not to say that I knew it or anything, but it was kind of nice to not be shocked by it. I was just like, oh, whatever, yeah. Cool.
Right. That's kind of where I'm at this point. And it's
what bothers me the most about it, I think, is my own inability to make my brain unlock itself from the old, very static gender identity shit, because I'm probably going to be, it's just going to be a while before I don't slip up when talking about Elliot Page. As a movie guy, I know I'm going to be live on the show at some point, and I'm going to say, oh, yeah, that Ellen Page movie. Yeah, she was great in that shit. No, and it's not out of any fucking malice or any shit. You know what I mean? It's just I'm a boomer. I don't know what to tell you. I love that things have progressed, at least when it comes to people's personal fucking choices about their lives and personal feelings about their lives. I love that it's progressed to the point where, because you remember just a few years ago, it was a big deal that Ellen Page came out as a lesbian.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
And everybody was like, oh my God, how brave, and now he is actually able to be what he feels like he's always been, which is awesome. And it's an environment that's really accepting towards that. Well, maybe not all over, but in general right now.
No, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I
I'd
feel
say
that way.
most people just realize, like, hey, just live your life. It's not my business.
The Arecibo Observatory in Puerto Rico has collapsed. It was
So-
actually scheduled to be
Whoa.
demolished.
It
pretty
was.
soon anyway, but
It was, but this is where you guys remember. Well, a bunch of movies have been filmed here, but a lot of Contact was
I remember
filmed at
that.
Arecibo.
Oh, okay, cool.
It was the space telescope that she used when she was working, blah 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 blah. So, yeah. I know it was. I looked into it. I pulled this story. I looked into it. I knew it was scheduled to be torn down, but it's kind of sad that it wasn't able to be taken apart because this thing is huge, visible from space, and was a groundbreaking piece of equipment that may not ever be replaced on the planet. Like, it was decommissioned just due to lack of funding. And for it to kind of come to the end that just like a big piece of it fell and destroyed itself, I don't know. Maybe some of you would look at that and go like, oh, at least it had a say at its own demise. But it would have been cool to take this thing apart piece by piece and keep it somewhere and catalog it so that in the future, it could be improved upon and shit, or parts of it be repurposed or whatever the fuck, and like it's just going to be kind of. I wasn't totally destroyed either, but. A huge
I mean,
chunk
it's
of
going
it.
to be whatever's left of it's going to be demolished.
I mean, let's be
anyway.
honest. It's trash. The components that are worth money will be sold for scrap, and it'll just be broken down. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and that's basically what the scientists quoted in the fucking article say. It's such an
They basically
undignified
say it's a
end.
fucking sat in for such a revolutionary piece of equipment that was instrumental in so many interesting discoveries and shit. But the drumbeat of progress or regress.
What can you do? Fuck it.
Is always beating. So
And one of them, we're not covering this too. One of Earth's greatest ears, listening to the fucking cosmos for life or an invasion force, just fucking plugged up with wax forever.
Yeah, that's true.
Went deaf forever, dude.
Hugh Keys Byrne of Mad Max fame, dead at 73.
So Morton Joe fucking died. How's that work?
Yeah.
Hugh Keys Byrne, the intimidating British and Australian actor most famous for portraying Mad Max villains, the Toe Cutter and Immortan Joe, is dead at 73. The news was reported by his friend and one-time director Brian Trenchard Smith and by director and publicist Ted Joy Horhan. I don't even know how to pronounce that fucking name. I was sad to report our friend Hugh Keys Byrne passed away in hospital yesterday. A former Royal Shakespeare Company actor who settled in Australia, co-starred in My Man from Hong Kong, and achieved worldwide recognition as the Toe Cutter in Mad Max and Immortan Joe in Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking sad, dude.
He was really fucking memorable in that fucking movie.
Oh yeah, he was like an undeniable presence in that movie for sure.
Yeah, he was pretty fucking badass. But I can't really claim to know much about the guy, but I could tell you that,
dude.
I learned in those movies.
This is the time of year that old people die. So we're getting old enough now to where all the people that were cool when we were growing up, all our cool fucking folks are going to start croaking. And this winter season is going to be it's going to be a beast, dude.
Well, here's one right now.
Who are we going to lose? Who else are we going to lose, dude? And Morton
I wonder
Joe.
if was his death COVID related? You probably would have heard if it was. We
I don't think
lost
it
David
was.
Prowse. We lost Morton Joe. We're losing some great villains right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Police in Jackson, Mississippi want access to live home security video, alarming privacy advocates. We still have those? I didn't even know we had those anymore.
Yeah. Where are they?
Civil liberties advocates warn that a new surveillance tool will put people's everyday household activities under potential scrutiny by police.
Like, they're not going to build a backdoor for them anyways.
Jackson, Mississippi, strapped for cash and facing a sharp rise in homicides, city leaders are expanding police surveillance powers to allow residents and business owners to send live feeds from many types of security cameras, including popular doorbell cameras, directly to the city's real-time command center. The new use of this live streaming technology by police, which is undergoing a final legal review in Jackson, is drawing interest from other small cities that don't have the resources to build their own surveillance systems. But some have opted out, citing concerns about privacy violations. Civil liberties advocates say that these concerns are valid, warning that the technology could lead to increased police scrutiny of people's everyday activities and more arrests for low-level offenses.
No shit, that's what they want to do. I mean, we've talked about the conditions in this country. Mississippi is the poorest state in the nation. I mean, they're facing a higher homicide rate because hopelessness. They're facing it because economically they're struggling. They've been struggling, pretty much since they've been a fucking state. Come on, like them surveilling shit is just like, oh, we can't really stop the homicides. We can bust people for small shit like drugs. That's what they're going to be doing. They're going to be looking to bust a bunch of people dealing drugs for easy arrest.
I'm suffering from dystopia burnout, I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just like,
how can you not?
It's just like, yeah, well, that's
It's to be expected. Right. Yeah, sounds about the right trajectory. Looks about right for where I feel like we're headed. Yep. And then what else?
At this point, if something happened that was like, oh, wow, that was kind of in the other direction. Well,
Georgia passes law making it legal for a cop to butt fuck you anywhere, anytime they want. So yeah, sounds about right. Yeah, sounds about right.
All right, well, then I'll just move on to the final story here because we've been on for a while anyway. This is Pocahontas star Irene Bedard. Arrested twice in 3 days. Drunken episodes, cops say.
Is this the lady that played Pocahontas in Pocahontas?
Yep. Yep, sure is. Irene Bedard, the actor who voiced Pocahontas in the Disney films, is way too familiar with the back of a police car after what cops call two wildly drunken incidents over 3 days.
Allegedly.
Yes, allegedly. Her first arrest went down at Irene's ex-husband's house in Beaver Creek, Ohio, where cops responded to a possible domestic violence situation on Friday night. According to the police report obtained by TMZ, officers found the actress with a belt in her hand. Police,
not a belt,
who is Native American, said something to the effect of, "Look, they sent the white man to come get me." The report also says she appeared incredibly intoxicated, reeked of booze, and had trouble standing straight.
It's true. They did send the white man to come get her.
Yeah, send the white man to get me.
So wait a minute. So far, she's guilty of holding a belt while intoxicated and telling the truth on her own property.
Well,
what next?
Her ex told cops Irene showed up pounding on his door, and when he let her in, she started yelling at their 17-year-old son and allegedly kicked him and as he tried to restrain her. Cops claimed that she continued to kick and scream while they tried to get her into their custody.
Well, I think
dude, if the cops come and try and drag me away, I'm not going fucking gentle into that good night either. So what did she do wrong again? What are we all laughing at? Fucking dude, Pocahontas sounds like a badass that don't take no shit off of nobody.
Well,
so she drank a bunch of shit.
She gets even more badass. Don't worry.
Oh yeah.
What else did she do?
Yeah, BPT notes her son didn't want to press charges, just wanted his mom to get help, but they took her to the station and booked her for domestic violence, assault, and resisting arrest. She posted bond, but a few days later, on Monday, Irene was arrested again when Beaver Creek PD was summoned to a hotel where Irene was allegedly harassing the front desk clerk. The officer on the case says he tried talking Irene down, but she again appeared wasted and was combative. So much so, he claims she charged at him and he had to pin her down to cuff her. Cops also say it took several officers to drag her to jail. The second time around, Irene was booked for disorderly conduct before she was released once again without bail. We've reached out to Irene. So far, no word back.
How about this? How about people stop reaching out to Irene and leave her the fuck alone? Because that seems like what she wants. How about we just leave Irene the fuck alone, dude? She wants to be left alone.
With all the colors of your blood.
It's just a clear case of a substance abuse problem. This is really a healthcare issue more than anything. And this has obviously just got out of control in her life. That's why you're seeing these stories like this. It's kind of like, let's see the fucking train wreck. But that's honestly what she needs.
You mean fucking awesome, right? Because everything I just read, it took her 5 cops to drag this bitch into the fucking station. She's my new hero. I don't care if she's a drunk and destroying everybody's lives around her. She's fucking awesome, dude. National treasure and all that.
What, Paul? Dude, I love Paul. It's like, car on fire.
What if you had
Exactly.
All right, whatever. The edge is okay when Paul does it. It's all good. All right. Anyway, that's all the stories we got for Flash Friday. So thank you guys.
By the way, I'm far from the only one to not follow my own rules on this fucking podcast. I just want that to be known.
I
Fair
have to
enough
agree with you
on
there.
that. So thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's it. I don't know what else to
Get
say.
lost. I don't know what to
Get
fucking
out of
tell you.
here.